Welcome to this retro content from Throwback Thursdays, whether it's from NoDQ.com, the Jeff Meacham Network, Casa D18 Studios itself, a Simple Man's brand, or the J. Hebert Studios, and anything to do with FTW Productions. This will be the content re-aired right here on Throwback Thursdays that you could expect to see on the Casa channel. I know watching back some of our old content, whether it's the Open Mic Night intro where I'm laid on my bed, which I kind of cringe at, especially with this cool-ass setup now, or whether it's, just about anything to do with what we have done on FTW Productions, from a Simple Man's brand, from the J. Hebert Studios, to even some Insanity Works and Retro Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated stuff. There's some good stuff, there's some cringe stuff, and either way, I hope you guys enjoy that stuff coming up, and, even if you didn't enjoy it, I'll be along with you for the ride. Some of the stuff does not age well, like Jeff's content does. I know he has done a deep dive on his own content and cringed at his own self, but either way, I hope you enjoy it regardless. I know in some of these clips, I have a fondness to them. So with that being said, enjoy this Throwback Thursday, and until next time, we'll see you on the J. Hebert side.
Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
It's out of my hands, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Owen the Talkinator Studios series premiere of Owen and AJ Talks. Welcome to the FTW family, Zero Miller. Shared experiences re-airing on the new FTW main hub. All Retro Wrestling Review Series videos on demand and upcoming. The Wrestling Rundown and ATW View crossover available now on demand. Fantasy Booking Series video, If Goldberg Stayed in WWE in 2004. Pride CAW Supercard by Zero Entertainment, available now on demand. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Simple Bracketology season premiere covering the G1 Climax 33. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indy Force episode 27, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, all watch-along events. AEW Double or Nothing Go Home Week, Dynamite and Rampage watch parties. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting, episode 3 coming soon. La Strada 1954 watch-along, available on demand. WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 8, Fast Food and Restaurants discussion. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from J. Hebert Studios. So this is a lot later than I initially wanted it to be, and I can't be asked to do any more title work, so there you go. It's late by 2 weeks, not 1 week like it was originally supposed to. But here you go.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Previously on the Indy Force.
Spider-Ham? Have you even watched
That
the
the
movie?
pig from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Ah!
Hold up. It took me this long to realize that Spider-Ham was Spider-Pig from The Simpsons. Kill me, please.
Nikos,
For being so
you are
retarded.
Nikos, you are a false king, and you shall be dethroned. Nikos, if you ever come at me with that, fuck shit again, I will throw you off of Pride Rock. I don't give a fuck.
I will come at you however I want because I am also known as Lord Fuck Shit.
I can't see because I'm looking at the topic list, and I also can't read that because the white is so powerful that it's blocking out the words. All I can see is that you are literally a shit.
You are literally shit.
Shit.
You are literally shit from our
Shit.
end.
It just says
Alright, now you're shit.
Comes to Nikos' plan. He's just a big shithead now.
Dude, everything is going wrong for Nikos right now. Is the best.
This is going according to plan to someone. Fucking Noah. He's been trying to steal my title away from me. Oh, yes. Try me, bitch. Ow, that hurt my eyes.
This is not Nikos' night. Nikos, it's just not your night.
It's not. Even when I win, I still fail. Oh. Dude, it was even before the filming of this episode. I went for a walk today. I slipped on a log and fell into a pond.
Oh, you fell into a pond before?
Yes.
So what you're saying is, Nikos, today you've had swamp ass and shit on your head.
Yes, I did.
Just one,
You know what?
boulder to the face after another.
You know what? For the rest of the night, this is going to bed.
Whatever fucking cosmic being is kicking you in the balls is really going at it today. Must be realized.
Dude, I don't know who or what is pissed off at you or what you did to piss him off, but you need to apologize right fucking quick.
Bro, Zeus is pissed.
He looked up and said, "Hey Zeus, come at me, bitch."
I looked at him and said, Zeus.
You screamed it. You screamed it.
As soon as I got back to my house, a fucking thunderbolt crashed near my house.
Like, right. Oh, fuck. Because you have some... Dude, you have the worst luck some days, bro.
Some days I do.
Because I'm sorry to say this, but maybe when you start talking shit, you should switch up your pay dance.
Hey, dance.
Looks like he's Felonious and Foreface.
Somebody, I got the Falanas. Somebody find me the fallopian tubes.
Show that damn face right now.
Fucking finger going right.
Because it's fucking dead. I've never heard that laugh.
Oh my god. Man, you got the foot and the chunk.
Oh, I can't tell if he's laughing or crying.
Fucking turn the camera towards you, bitch. Let the world see your
Let us see your epic face.
So you got the Zungus and the Zuckus.
Oh my god. I don't know what happened. All I know is I banged my head so hard I disconnected from the phone.
Dude, the bad string of luck. Dude, you know that meme where Nikos looked all depressed and I had like anytime Nikos commit the fuckery, well, anytime you commit the fuckery on Zeus is now what it's gonna be changed to, right? Me, right here, right now.
In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
plan comes together.
Well, I'm back. Yeah. It wasn't as long as I said. I know you're all probably screaming at me. It's like, he's back again so soon. Here's the story behind this. Quitting hosting.
I held him at gunpoint.
Yes.
I held him at gunpoint and I said, listen, I have an AR-15 at my hot tub. You fucking better get back on this podcast or I'm about to clap that motherfucking shit if you don't get out. He then replied with, what? And then I decided to shoot him in his left knee.
And that's why he's sitting on the couch.
Yes.
So yeah,
we are coming up with this like whole mythology like off the top of my head. They're gonna show this on other planets.
So yeah, obviously there's a lot going on with this. I'm back. Obviously I'm back on this channel. Pretty much fully. So don't worry about that. We're also going to be bringing in new shows to this channel for FTW Productions, including the NX Team crew is now joining FTW Productions. I won't get into the reason why, but the next time you will see me will more than likely be on that as the new episode of What's NXT is going to be going NXT TakeOver 30 predictions with the NX team. So yeah, they're on a part of FTW Productions now, and the What's NXT show and NXT party, if that's still going to continue, will all come to the Jay Hebert side channel for reasons we will not disclose, but it's coming here. So be on the lookout for that one. Going to be a whole new layout for the NX team shows. I hope that Colin and Noah like it, but yeah, be on the lookout for that one. That's going to be coming onto this very channel very soon. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, chosen of all ages, welcome to the Indy Force Podcast. Podcast for nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. You know who we are. Let's just jump right into it. We got some AEW news to talk about. Now, this was the previous week, not this week currently. But I do want to kind of talk about AEW in the fact that they're back to better numbers pre-pandemic. They actually got back to 900,000 viewers the week prior. This is the first time since the Cody and MJF whipping segment and the first time since the pandemic began. So this is a huge thing for them. And also, I didn't put this in, but they also sold out so much in a number of locations, their new action figure sets, to the point where they had to put a fucking due to high demand, one at a time, which means people were buying that shit in bulk.
Which is cool. Honestly, that's probably the best news that they could ever hear.
Absolutely, and we're thrilled for AEW at this. You know what else we're thrilled for? Sammy G's back!
Yes, thank God.
Hey.
So fucking, dude, I'll talk about it more on the Jay Hebert side. Poor Excalibur.
You're finally gonna do episode 2?
Yeah, I didn't know what I think I'm just gonna turn it into a fucking. I think I'm just gonna put it into a fucking random, like, whatever the fuck I want to talk about podcast. So that's probably what I'm gonna do, because originally I was gonna turn it into a review show. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like this, so I'm just gonna talk about what I want to talk about in it. But on that show, I'll talk about it more in detail. I just hated the fact that he was suspended for something he said,
like fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
Guess what? Everybody in the world's getting shit because of that stupid ass reason to this very day. It's like, listen, a comment I made 20 years ago is not how I feel right now. That's how I felt 20 years ago, or that's how it was 20 years ago. Get the fuck over yourself.
Like, we don't have a mental file to keep track of every single aspect of what we say or do.
I'm sorry, but can I say one thing? Are we gonna fucking critically hold Jerry the King Lawler to a standard when he calls somebody a bunch of flaming faggots when he was in ECW?
Yeah,
no. Who gives a shit?
How about the fact that how many times did he say puppies and all this shit? You know, over the years of his career. You know. Just
Okay,
a bunch. Just
You know what? Can somebody
chill out.
please take? Can somebody please take the clip of the look at all these chickens, but replace it with Jerry the King Lawler
Look
going,
at
"Look
all these
puppies,
puppies.
and just boobs flying in the sky for him.
these puppies!
The fucking nipples are covered up by actual dogs.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Maybe that will be the next meme. Who knows? Oh, by the way, speaking of memes, roll it. AEW meme, righttocensor.com, right there. There you go.
Oh, dude. So, did I tell you that I went into a wrestling? I'm a part of a wrestling forum called We Love Wrestling,
Yeah.
and one of the questions was, "What is the worst wrestling theme of all time?"
Right to censor.
And I go, no, I never said right to censor. Somebody else did. I said Lita's theme because I still to this day have no fucking idea what that person is saying. I've never looked at the lyrics, and I really shouldn't have to.
No, the only thing we know is that he keeps screaming, "So fuck your rules, man!" Like.
Shut the fuck up and get raped.
Yeah, dude.
My God, shut up.
Wow!
Listen,
That escalated quickly.
Listen. When I can't understand a thing coming out of your mouth should be for other purposes.
Oh my God.
I really can't wait for somebody to supercut that and say the fucked up shit that comes out of Mike's mouth.
Well, we've got about 2.5 years at minimum
Yeah.
of material to work with just since I've been part of this group alone. God knows all the other shit that's probably on tape in the past 10 years.
Hey, I don't want to hear it, Mr. Jim Cornette will be the bottom bitch, or he's about to be the bottom bitch if he has his way.
That is a very long story. I'll tell you guys about that off camera.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about it during the behind the scenes, because you have some splaining to do.
Yes, I have a lot of splaining to do.
First off, obviously, the reason why I'm so annoyed that Sammy was suspended in the first place was, it was 5 years ago. And by the way, on top of that, it was on the whole effing show, which, by the way, in case you don't know what that podcast is,
it's Rob Van Dam.
No.
It's two fucking wrestling schlocks that could never make it into the business talking about shit.
Yeah, and dude, it is honestly the grossest and just shittiest take podcast I've ever heard of in my life. And
it's not that entertaining.
I think it's like one of the guys. I don't think the other is too bad. I think little story about the whole effing show. We actually promoted the show. One of the guys retweeted it, and then the other guy straight up called us retards and speds for. We're not going to promote a sped CAW league. I think it was the guy that I can't stand. That even asked him the question about how hot is Sasha Banks, and then Sammy made his fucking comment. So the guy running the fucking ship over there is a fucking toolbox in his own right. So fuck him.
And the guy that actually is kind of decent is the guy that retweeted us.
Yeah, and then they unretweeted us because the other guy was like, "Fuck you." But
well, to be fair, is he wrong about us?
No, but
all right then.
He also was very asshole-ish. So,
1 second, guys.
Oh, you're getting a call. Everybody getting a call all of a sudden? Everybody getting a call.
No, but I got popcorn and shit.
Do you want to eat popcorn?
Let's get back into the plugin.
Where? Nikos, where'd you go? My friend. He must have gotten to get food, actually. But yeah, the reason why I don't like the way they treated Sammy G is it was on that show, and it was like 5 years ago. He hadn't said anything outlandish like that since. And they suspended him for like a month. And now they're doing the same with Excalibur till, I believe, All Out. That's what the reports are saying. He's coming back at All Out. I think that's fucking stupid.
I agree, but I understand why they're doing it. I'm not pissed off about it.
No, I don't. I've tried. To be
can I tell you why they're doing it? Because of internet fucks like us that exist that will pick apart, or not us specifically.
I don't care. You and I don't care. None of us care.
No, we don't care. But the internet does not forget shit.
Right. So Excalibur, for those who don't know, got suspended essentially because of something that happened in PWG number of fucking years ago. Why he's gotten suspended? I don't have a fucking clue. There's no reason that he needed to be suspended for that because, first off, it was in a wrestling angle context anyway. Even though it was very tasteless, I will give that some cadence. It very much was tasteless. But the black guy that he was saying it about recommended the idea. I've seen so many guys of color fucking defend Excalibur and said he hadn't done anything like that since. I don't know why we're getting out. I don't know why we're having outrage about this now. Fucking, what was it? It was 17 years ago to the date now over this dumb shit. Like, who the hell cares about what happened 17 years ago? If he said it now, different fucking story entirely. He didn't.
I'll give you the answer. Trolls. Internet trolls love this type of shit.
Well, it's fucked up. That's all I'm going to say
Agreed.
about it. It's stupid. The guy never should have had to even be suspended. They should have looked into this fucking shit prior and just, been like, all right, well, it's in a wrestling context. Who cares? There's no reason for it. Excalibur he was the glue, genuinely speaking, that held that fucking team together. And it showed, by the way. I love JR. I love Tony Schiavone. But without Excalibur in that fucking role he's in, that commentary team is not as good as he is. It's not as good as it is. I'm sorry. He knows everybody and all their moves by fucking metal.
Excalibur is an incredible commentator to begin with.
Yes.
And I think I honestly think, in my personal perspective, that taking a clip that was said like 17 years ago, that's dumb. It's the same thing that happened to fucking Jimmy Fallon. Oh, he wore blackface in a sketch. Who gives a shit? It was fucking 20 years ago.
They did the same thing with Roddy Piper for wearing half blackface, and they're doing it with X-Pac now.
And he did that for a feud. Who cares?
And it's like these fucking cancel culture mob, dude. It's like there's like no sense of time. Like, they don't have time. Like, if they said this outlandish shit in the now and didn't apologize for it at that time, like, if it was like a year ago or something, that'd be fucking one thing. But it's like,
Roddy Piper's dead. Who cares?
Well, that, and it was like, that was years and years ago, decades ago at this point. And the fucking Excalibur shit is like a decade and a half old.
Well, it's over a decade and a half old if it's 17 years ago.
Yeah. Who cares? Does anybody ever... And not to mention, by the way, Kevin Owens said the same shit because he was a heel along with Excalibur and his team. He said the same shit. He said the N-ROM multiple fucking times to that guy because he recommended that he do it. The black guy in question that had that stuff said about him. I don't see Kevin Owens being taken off of Monday Night Raw.
He wouldn't be taken off of Monday Night Raw.
Before it was approved.
He would be taken off of NXT. But yeah, I see your point.
No, he shouldn't be taken off of NXT either. Is my point. Like, why are we going to hold this high standard, for something that happened 17 years ago? Why is Excalibur getting suspended for something that he said 17 years ago? Why is Sammy Guevara getting suspended at all for something that happened 5 years ago? I'm glad that they finally made the right decision and didn't fire Excalibur yet, and God hope they don't. And they brought back Sammy, and they actually fired Jimmy Havoc for what he fucking did.
But do you know why they put him on that suspension, though?
Why?
Because of toxic fucking fans like this. that will take a line that was said years ago and go, I want him off TV because of shit like that.
Yeah,
we shouldn't allow racists on television. It's like, I'm sorry, but don't we exist in a decade where there was a whole faction that was called the fucking Nation of Domination? Yeah. That was all racially charged because they were just a group of black dudes?
How about currently, right,
and one white dude.
By the way, these same fucking people that hate AEW, there are fans that have this double standard where they hate that Sammy did this 4 years ago, and they hated what Excalibur did 17 years ago, and will stop watching AEW for that reason, even though it didn't happen in AEW, and it happened long before AEW was even a fucking thought. But they love what WWE's doing with this Retribution storyline, which is basically just depicting the fucking George Floyd protesters and rioters. Oh yeah, let's recreate Antifa on our fucking television program. Are you fucking serious?
Hey, you remember that time that WWE decided to take Muhammad Hassan, who was a very good character, and then literally turn him into a terrorist?
Yeah, I do.
Like
same guy playing as, a terrorist from the Middle East.
A Canadian is playing a terrorist from the Middle East.
An Italian Canadian.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
An Italian Canadian was turned Muslim because of the color of his fucking skin. Just goes to show you that Vince never fucking changes. Anyway.
If you're going to give WWE this high standard of, they're so courageous for talking about the Antifa situation, do I have to remind you a little storyline that Vince decided to write where, I don't know, Booker T's in the room and he looks at Cena dead in the face and go, "Give it up, Mike," right in front of fucking Booker?
Yeah.
I get it was supposed to be a comedic angle, but if you're going to hold everything to a high regard, then the only person that you're going to blame for almost every single racial allegation storyline ever is fucking Vincent Kennedy McMahon, because he's the one that usually writes all this shit.
Yeah. And even then, it's like, why are we going to hold it now? And they're not holding it against him now, which is probably part of the problem. But it's like, they'll hold Excalibur for one fucking angle that was in kayfabe. And then they'll hold Sammy G fucking accountable for what he said about Sasha Banks 4 or 5 years ago. It's like, fuck it, I don't care. Let me enjoy my fucking product, for fuck's sake.
Cancer culture, ladies and gentlemen, ruins
everything. Ruins everything. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
The fun out of everything.
But yeah, no, I'm glad he's back. He's in a great program with Matt Hardy now, although he was kind of a... everybody, blames Sammy, but it's okay. Why did they only put one gimmick chair somewhere? Why don't they have a bunch of gimmick chairs? So, for those who don't know, if you didn't watch Dynamite the week prior, Sammy G took a chair that wasn't gimmicked, threw it, literally chucked it at Matt Hardy's head, and the fucking lip of the chair, the bar of the lip of the chair smashed into Hardy's head. Full force. He was gashed open hard way, looked like he was bleeding to death. And, they chewed him out backstage for it. I'm like, it's kind of on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
That's on you, Tony. Why do you only have one gimmick chair? You should have at least had 4 or 5 on standby in that area.
Hear me out. I was born in a time period, and so was James and Casey and Nikos. Born in a time period where hardcore matches were a weekly fucking thing on television.
Yeah, 100%.
With ECW being around, with WWE doing the hardcore title and shit like that. So it's not a new phenomenon.
Right.
But back then...
Now, granted, we have learned a lot more since those days, but...
Yeah.
I think we can confirm what we were thinking back in the day.
Well,
come on, we used to say all the time, it looked like he got hit in the head with a fucking car crash. So he took a car crash and then, he brained him. Come on, we all knew what the fuck was going on upstairs.
Yeah, right? I mean, come on.
How about the fact as well? He did the thing, but now Matt Hardy being the consummate professional instead of all these people being fucking butthurt about the situation. They were calling for Sammy G to be fired because of this. Instead, Matt Hardy's now doing business with them and making this into an angle. Which, thank God there's somebody showing how to do business right in this fucking climate. Thank Christ. Because now the guy's taken this little accident, this botch, and now running with it in storyline. It's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, dude. Next time I see you, and it will be at All Out. And he's selling that feud in the pay-per-view.
What that's how it should be. Listen, injuries happen all the time in wrestling. You can't just blame fucking one individual for what happened.
Nikos, I know you're probably eating, but you can hear us, right? Nikos? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what do you think of the Sammy G Matt Hardy storyline now?
It's gonna be one for the ages. I really enjoyed what was going on throughout this feud, like what's leading up to it for All Out.
Yeah.
Although a week prior, when Sammy came back, I kind of expected a win for him. Now that he's got back, but if it was someone else besides Hardy that sabotaged Sammy's win, then yeah, I feel like that angle would have been ruined. But I'm actually glad it was Matt because he had a reason to. So now that they're building up the feud with him and Sammy, it's actually looking really good.
Do you like
it's the best for Matt I've seen in a while.
Do you like the fact that instead of instead of Matt Hardy siding with the cancel culture mob, he actually did business and took the bots into a storyline?
Which you should. That's how some of the best wrestling storylines go, is when a fucking botch becomes, oh yeah, he's really fucking hurt. Let's use it. Because this is professional wrestling.
Look at Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho in 2008.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nikos, did you know that chair spot was botched? Or would you have not guessed the way they weaved that into the storyline?
It was botched.
Yeah. That chair shot, that it was actually botched because they didn't get the right chair. It was not gimmicked. So like Matt Hardy legitimately got busted open hard way on that thrown chair. So yeah.
It makes him look good.
Yeah, it takes the storyline in a whole new direction that it wouldn't have had it otherwise. Probably would have had heat still, but like now it has a lot more heat because Matt Hardy's like, hey, let's do business out of this. It's gonna be great.
Listen, if you are a professional wrestler, shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
It does. Shit just sometimes happens. You can't fucking predict the next move every single time that it's gonna happen. Shit just happens sometimes. And to get super bitch pissy about it and go, it's bullshit, he fucking hurt him. It's like everybody gets hurt in wrestling.
Dude.
Otherwise it wouldn't be wrestling, it'd be really boring.
So yeah, good for Sammy G. I'm looking forward to this match with Matt and him. I'm really looking forward to All Out. All Out's looking like a fucking great show right now. Like build-up wise, it's looking great. I'm really looking forward to what they're building up. I'm looking forward to Saturday's show. Okay, I also want to point that out. So AEW, for those who don't know, is being preempted to Saturday. It will not be this Wednesday. It will be on Saturdays, for those wondering. I'm really looking forward to how they're going to compete prior to TakeOver going on the air. But yeah, Nikos, you were saying?
It's for All Out.
Oh, you're excited for All Out as well? Yeah.
We would do predictions for All Out. Like, should we put the title on the line?
Yeah, we're absolutely doing predictions. Question for you. Your microphone keeps cutting in and out again, so I don't know if it's just something going on with your what's it called? The fucking the phone. You might want to try the other thing that you were doing. Let's talk about the thing that they will be competing with that Saturday, at least for the first hour of it. AEW will be the second hour of AEW Dynamite is going to be competing with NXT TakeOver 30. Yes, I know it's late. Get off my ass. You try to be a full-time student while also doing multiple videos at the same time. Moving on. We're going to leave this in for time's sake. It's their 30-year special NXT TakeOver 30 on August 22nd. AEW's preempted to go before it. Now, do we want to predict for this card for the Indy Force belt?
Okay, which one are we going to be predicting for between the two?
Oh, we're definitely predicting for both. I just wanted to know if you guys were okay with it, if we wanted to predict for this as well.
Okay, but here's the problem with that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I've always been the type of person to say if somebody obtains the title, it's kind of stupid and ridiculous for them to lose it literally the same night because of some bullshit.
Well, no, it's not going to be the same night. NXT TakeOver is going to be, I think, a week before All Out. So, do we want to predict for that? Because it is the 30-year anniversary of Triple H's baby we're talking here.
That's one old ass baby. Wait a minute, 30? What the fuck do you mean?
He's 30? Had 30. He's had 30 takeover specials. This is
I think it's 30 years old. I'm like, when the fuck did NXT exist for 30 goddamn years? Excuse you?
No, they just have 30. They've just had 30 takeovers. By the way, that is also going to be in the Amway Arena. They have finally found a location where they're going to be able to have limited amount of fans, I'm pretty sure.
All right, you know what?
Vince got his fucking wish.
Why don't we take the classic way then?
Okay, coin.
Heads we do it, tails we don't for NXT, because I know we're definitely going to predict for AEW.
Nikos, what's your vote?
I'm fine with either or, but for the coin flip, I'll say tails.
I'm gonna say heads.
Yeah, I'm gonna say tails.
I'm gonna say heads. Even 50-50 split. Heads.
So does that mean we don't do it, or
no? We're doing it. We're doing it.
Cool. All right, so let's get the card up then. I'll look over the card real quick. So NXT TakeOver 30 card. Match card. Here it is. All right, here we go. So the first match, I'm curious as to what this is going to be because they've been building up the storyline as a side project, and I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. I can't help but think that this is a Vince McMahon idea, but it honestly all depends on how Pat McAfee performs in the ring. I'm hoping that Vince didn't have any hands on NXT period, because that's got me worried beyond belief if that's the case, because if it's all going to prove if Pat McAfee's ready, because if McAfee's ready and if McAfee isn't ready and can't hold his own against Adam Cole, that's going to be bad. So Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. Obviously, Adam Cole. Are we all taking? Cole. Yeah, we're all taking Adam Cole. What about you? We taking Adam Cole, Nikos? You just gonna agree with everybody, or you're gonna try to be contrarian here?
I'll take Cole.
All right, he takes Cole. Everybody's taking Cole. Okay, NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai, the champion, versus Dakota Kai. I'm actually really looking forward to the match itself. Dakota. I'm gonna stick with Io Shirai to retain.
I will also pick Io.
What about you?
I'll take Shirai.
You'll take Io Shirai. All right. So we got Nikos has got that makes 3 for Io Shirai and 1 for Dakota Kai. I do have slight complaint with this, not necessarily for these people, but for Miss Raquel Gonzalez. I hope she doesn't interfere too much in this, because God, it's becoming Diesel level of interference. Honest to God.
It's gonna happen.
I know, but I'm getting sick of it.
Now that you said it, it's gonna happen.
We also we're gonna hold off until we're gonna hold off on the next one until later. You will see our predictions for the NXT North American Championship ladder match in the comments down below, as opposed to predicting for it right now, because the only people that have been announced for this is Bronson Reed and Damian Priest. AKA, if you don't know, Bronson Reed. That's his indie name. But then we got Damian Priest as Punishment Martinez. I actually hope Damian Priest wins it. But
he could definitely use the push.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm gonna just wait until everybody's been announced after next week. Next week's NXT, we'll see. But I want to wait until we do that. So yeah, like right after NXT goes off the air, I'm gonna ask the boys in the chat. I will actually be watching NXT on Wednesday. So we're gonna see what happens here. And then I'll give them the full ladder match, like who's going to be in the ladder match, and then we'll pick out who we want to win or who we think is going to win in the comment section down below. Then we also have 2 more matches that are probably going to happen on NXT TakeOver 30. Santos Escobar, the Cruiserweight Champion for NXT, versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. I'm picking Escobar to retain because he just won the championship and he's got a good thing going right now with his, I guess, the best way I can describe this group that he has is like a Mexican Yakuza. But it's like, it's not game related.
Cartel?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's if the cartel met the Yakuza. It's a good gimmick. Like he's good at portraying it. I just don't know what it is too much because I haven't watched NXT in a while. I just know that the guy is fucking highly talented. The leader of the group, so I'm picking Escobar to retain. It's too early to take the Cruiserweight title off him.
I agree.
Everybody else agree?
Seconded.
Yep. Same with you, Mike. What do you, or do you pick Isaiah Swerve? Your microphone's muted.
Sorry, I was eating spaghetti and I didn't want to be an asshole and have that appear on the audio because it's disgusting to hear people eat.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go with the cartel on this one.
Okay, cool. And
the Devil's Cartel.
Oh my god, don't remind me of that piece of shit game.
So,
Please.
Keith Lee, the NXT champion, versus Karrion Kross, a.k.a. Killer Kross, with Scarlett in his corner. I know it's early for Keith Lee. He just won the belt. But I have a feeling he's going to be called to the main roster soon. They're probably going to want to do the him versus Brock Lesnar because Vince is very high on him. Triple H has always been high on him. They really want him to do big things, and he's got all the tools to succeed, including mic skills. I say he loses the title to Karrion Kross because Karrion is on a roll right now. He just beat Tommaso Ciampa in literally a squash match last TakeOver. He pretty much wrote off from TV Dominik Dijakovic. The guy's on a roll right now. I'm going to just stick with Karrion Kross to win the belt off Keith Lee. Because he's going to the main roster.
Which belt?
NXT Championship.
I'm going to have to disagree on this one. Keith Lee, from what little I've seen of him, seems like a pretty business-savvy guy. And I don't think he wants anything to do with the sinking ship that is the main roster just yet. I'm going to go Keith Lee to retain.
Same.
Well, we have a cat. Which one is that one?
That is little girl.
Ah. Pussy.
Pussy.
So...
Hey, damn it!
So, I guess I want to say you're right, but at the same time, they need some. They're probably going to bring him up just for a ratings boost, if nothing else.
Yeah, ratings boost that'll last all of 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. What Vince doesn't realize is he's chased off so much of his audience that it's not going to take an overnight thing to do it. It takes time. It takes time. Please your current audience right now, and then fucking worry, and then the audience will build up naturally over time. And at the very least, you'll at least stay afloat with the rating he has now. Because it's too late to get over 2 million. It's just not happening now. But like AEW right now, they have not fallen below, the worst week they've done, was like 600,000 Christmas Day? That was Christmas Day. Or the week before Christmas Day. It's not that bad.
And even then, I think they pre-taped that one, so.
So to me, it's just like, I don't know. They shouldn't do it unless they have a plan for him. I feel like because Vince is so high on him, they had a plan for Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar, which honestly I would like to see that match, because Keith Lee and Brock Lesnar are fucking freaks, and that would be a great match. Yes, 100%. I would love to see that. Not to mention the fact it would actually be one of the rare instances where Brock Lesnar working with a bigger guy would actually help him in this case, because Keith Lee wrestles like a Daniel Bryan, but can also wrestle like a Brock Lesnar, and so can Brock Lesnar. He could do like flips and shit if he wanted to. Shooting star press anybody. I would love to see that if Brock Lesnar gave a fucking showed up to work. That'd be a hell of a match.
But here's the thing, you're asking Brock Lesnar to show up.
Well, I mean, he has. He had a hell of a match with Seth. So, we'll see. I don't know. But, let's go on. Yeah, I think that's everything. Mike's, what do you got? Karrion Kross or Keith Lee?
Keith Lee.
What about you, Nikos?
I'll agree, Keith Lee.
All right, I guess I'll be the only one on Karrion Kross. I hope it is Karrion Kross, and I'll explain this, because if it's not, why did they rush him to the NXT Championship so quick?
For the lulz, maybe? I don't know.
For the rub of being in there with the NXT champion, and if they're gonna do it, now hang on, James.
Okay.
If they do the match the way I have a feeling they're gonna do it where Keith Lee, yeah, he beat him, but he barely beat him. This is something that Bruce Pritchard, if you remember, was infamous for just before the Attitude Era was going on. It was a case of...
Right. Well, here's the thing, though.
It was a case of they want to build for a rematch at the Survivor Series TakeOver.
I get that, but here's the problem with that. If it were any other character gimmick, I'd agree with you. Karrion Kross has a satanic cult-like gimmick where he's a killer, and has literally run roughshod over everybody he's faced. Tommaso Ciampa was his first win, and he beat him in 8 minutes with a guillotine choke. You see where the problem kind of lies in, and why I picked him now? It's like, they built him up like such a monster that, yeah, maybe it could be believable that Keith Lee retains against him.
Especially if he survives and doesn't look dominant.
But then where does that leave Karrion Kross? And will he have the same oomph that he had when he first showed up? And if the answer is he doesn't, why would you book him in that situation to begin with Ciampa? And then book him so soon to get an NXT title shot? You know, you can't. It's like sex, right?
Coming from the Virgin? Are you shitting me?
No, I'm serious though. I'm serious, because you can't just go all the way. You can't just go 75% in and then pull out.
Not if you don't want kids.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying you can't. If you're gonna like go full in, you can't just go full in. You're either committed or you're not. They're obviously, that's the problem. Like Goldberg, they went full in with him. Like, they gave him a fucking undefeated streak. They fucking had him run roughshod over everybody. Asuka, when she was the NXT Women's Champion, fucking ran roughshod over everybody. Had the longest undefeated streak up until WrestleMania 34. You know, still has one of the best win-loss records in WWE to this fucking day out of everybody on that fucking roster. Because of that streak that was going on for so long. You can't just build up somebody this soon and then have him lose. Like, if you're going to build him up like a Goldberg or like an Asuka, you can't just have him lose like that. That's what I'm afraid of, because then where does Karrion Kross go from there, and why did you build him up like that in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I'm worried about.
If I'm Karrion Kross in this situation, I'm going straight to William Regal and putting his ass through hell for another title shot. Because Karrion Kross is booked as a heel, right?
He's booked as a heel, yeah, but maybe that could work. You're right. I don't know, like, because then you're risking of Keith Lee's only defenses until he loses it was Karrion Kross. Then who else? You know what I mean?
Well, he could have a few other defenses in the meantime.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there's our predictions so far. Again, we'll predict for the ladder match once everybody's, been announced for the ladder match for the North American title. Let's talk about the unexpected comeback of the fucking decade. I did not see this coming. Impact Wrestling / TNA coming back, signing Heath Miller, a.k.a. Heath Slater, Eric Young.
Instead of Slater time, it's Miller time.
Yes.
The advertising writes itself.
My God, that would be the best.
The advertising writes itself.
Heath Slater, they signed Eric Young, they signed Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, a.k.a. Luke Gallows, Ethan Carter III is back, and the Motor City Machine Guns.
In other words, Bullet Club, the OG club, the OC, if you will, versus Motor City.
How about the fact that the North is in there too? If nobody's seen the North on Impact Wrestling recently, holy shit, are they?
Remind me who the North is.
Josh Alexander and Ethan Page. They are very on par with Revival when it comes to tag team wrestling.
Very much of the no flips, just fists variety.
Yeah, very, very much so. They're fucking great. They've held the tag team. I think they held the tag team titles in record time since the new regime. Currently, right now, Eric Young and Rich Swann has the best program going on. Does anybody remember the Mark Henry retirement?
Yeah. Where he laid out Cena? Where he laid out Cena?
Yeah, Rich Swann did it better.
Who did he lay out?
Now, he didn't lay out anybody. But he did do a retirement angle because Eric Young assaulted Rich Swann's leg. He then injured it in a match because he was pretending he was all good to go. He was pissed off at Eric Young, and he had the fucking best acting I think I've ever seen anybody pulling off a retirement angle ever as part of an angle. Like, you believed it. And the way they pulled this off was just fucking... It was a stroke of genius. I don't know who wrote this for Impact, but holy shit, this was pulled off so good. So, everybody came out to clap because they have no fans in the arena because they're just, like, in a location that's, like, undisclosed. Everybody came out. They clapped for him. He then was on crutches. He sold the fuck out of this leg injury. Acted like he was legit, could not stand on this leg. He retired from the sport, quote unquote, but it looked so believable. Everybody was clapping for him. He had the best speech I think I've ever seen anybody try to pull this off correctly. He was so convincing. The dude deserves an Oscar for this fucking performance. He climbs up, and then Eric Young, like, he's on the stage, he has his back turned. Eric Young, like a speeding bullet, ambushes it. Like, it was split second, like, unbelievable. Split second, nails him with a forearm, brings him down, takes a crutch, smashes on his leg, runs away before anybody could chase him down. And then Eddie Edwards, the champion, who's the Impact Wrestling champion, everybody, all the babyfaces surrounded him, and were like begging somebody to come out for help. Rich Swann screaming in bloody murder agony. Fucking outstanding work by Rich Swann. Out fucking standing. If Impact doesn't get back into onto a major television network on the maybe AEW. If AEW doesn't see this and fucking gets Impact and acquires it as a partnership and puts them on TBS from this, I don't know what the fuck will. This was so goddamn good. This was outstanding. I don't think it's gonna. If no one's seen it.
Oh, I'm absolutely willing to see the clip when we go to commercial break, but I don't think it's just one moment that's going to land TNA the AEW deal should it happen. A series of these moments, absolutely, but not just one.
That's the golden ticket. Honestly, everything else has been fucking great with Impact. I've watched Impact. I haven't watched Impact in ages. I love the direction that they're going with the Motor City Machine Guns. I love what they're doing with Ethan Carter, making him mysterious. I love what they've done with Moose, and they brought back the TNA Championship, and he's defending it as if it's the real World's Championship.
They're doing a Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon.
Basically, I hope that's the direction they go in, but they have to. I think they have to have Ethan Carter win the Impact World Title, and then have Moose versus EC3. And I don't know if that would work necessarily. I think just because if you're doing a ladder match, actually no, that might actually work better for Eddie Edwards versus Moose, because Moose would be Razor Ramon, and then Eddie Edwards in this case would be Shawn Michaels. But yeah, awesome stuff. If nobody's seen Impact recently, go give it a watch. It's actually the second best wrestling TV show going on besides Dynamite. It's honestly the only two. Other than NXT, which I'm starting to get back into now, the only other wrestling shows I watch right now are Impact and fucking Dynamite. They're like the two best fucking shows right now on television outside of NXT. And even that, I think NXT is like trailing at number 3 compared to these two shows. I think Impact's beaten NXT quality wise. I think the only thing they haven't really beaten is Dynamite. I think that's only because they don't have fans in their arena. So they can't really do much about that. Because I think they're in Canada. I think they're still stuck in Canada. So, but still, if nobody's seen this, go give it a fucking watch. It's incredible fucking acting by Rich Swann. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, let's get on to something that's not so great.
My acting career.
No,
you've got a lot better actor. You've got a lot better actors than Raw Underground has.
I want to point this out real quick. Mike is not masturbating. He's just shaking his leg, but it looks bad. Mike, can you It looks bad from my angle.
Hold on. Let me
I'm just saying.
I was expecting Mike to go. That's the whole reason I'm doing it.
Actually, that is the whole reason.
No, but I just want to point that out, YouTube, before you fucking demonet or try to take me down for that.
Bro, we're not even monetized. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, right. But yeah, let's talk about the shitty fucking.
Hey, I can't help my ticks. All right, that shit can't be helped.
Let's start this topic off, James. I gotta ask you: did you enjoy Fight Island?
I enjoyed it far better than this, and that shit was trash.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. When the fuck did Bully Beatdown get more money? Because that's exactly what it was.
How about
that's all it was? That's all the fucking thing was a shitty version of Bully Beatdown.
I genuinely didn't think. I never thought in a million years I'd ever say this, but I'm gonna say it. They somehow outdone themselves, and somehow outdone the Brawl for All on the worst segment of all time.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, Brawl for
I know.
All was more.
What about giving birth to
Brawl for All was shoot fights. In this case, with Raw Underground, it's shoot fights that are worked. And they only go 90 seconds. Just like the Brawl for All pretty much did. And it's blatantly, by the way, ripping off Lucha Underground. Like, the set, everything. Just blatantly ripping it off. What else? Dolph Ziggler was in it, I think, at one point for some reason.
Can you just leave? I'm tired of seeing that dude.
Random fucking PC people get an opportunity and just... They're essentially squash matches. It's so dumb. It's like, it's honestly, and then there's strippers for some reason or whatever. I guess they're TV-14 now. They're not PG anymore. Yeah, they got stripper. It's like, it looks like a Vince Russo creation on crack.
Which is saying something, because Vince Russo was pretty much on crack during the end of the Attitude Era anyway.
Oh my god, it's bad.
It was
it's
awful.
Bad. It's the fucking worst thing I've ever seen. And look, other people like the segment, so whatever. To each their own on the actual segment. But here's my question about what Raw Underground... here's a legitimate question that I have to ask about Raw Underground. How is this going to affect the ratings in a positive way?
It won't.
I'm sorry, did you say ratings? I thought we just wanted to film people just, fake fight each other. Ratings?
The only reason they even did Raw Underground, along with the Retribution angle, which we'll talk about next episode, is because they needed to try something new. So this is their way of trying something new.
This is the moment they need to go back.
The problem here is that it's going to work 1 week, and then they're going to look at this and be like, oh, so this is what was hyped up, so I just wasted my fucking time, and they ain't going to come back. They ain't going to come back for next week. So, yes, they won every demo. They got every demo up for 1 week. It's going to go right back down to shitter, guaranteed. It probably already has, because this was the first week. I think the first week was the week prior. So now this week, I think the ratings have already gone down since that week. So I'm here to tell you, whatever you think of the angle, whatever, if you enjoyed it, that's one thing, good for you. But this is not what Monday Night Raw needs. Everything that AEW... Everything that Impact Wrestling and everything that even their own fucking backyard in NXT is doing, at least God hope NXT is still going to do, is what Raw and SmackDown need to do. They need to build character development, they need to long-term book, and they need to book a long-term angle or a long-term schedule on what they want to do and how they want to do it that cannot do this week-by-week bullshit. Because it just doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. AEW is doing it right. Impact Wrestling is doing it right. And right now, Monday Night Raw, I'm sorry to anybody that thinks that they went up by a couple 100,000. Do you idiots realize that Monday Night Raw is where TNA Impact was in 2012? 1.4 million viewers. That's not good. That's not good. Anybody that wants to tell me, and not to mention the fact that they're only attracting the fucking 50-plus crowd anyway, which means that they're not even targeting the fucking proper demographics. The ones that make the most money, which is the 18 to 34, which is the 18 to 49, which is the only reason, by the way, they went back to TV-14 in the fucking first place. And they think that magically changing the rating is going to fix the problem. Guess what? It's not going to fix the problem. It doesn't matter your fucking television rating. You can have TV PG, you can have fucking TV 14, you can have TVMA. If you're fucking not consistently booking your show week to week to week to week to week on a yearly basis and coming up with a long-term strategy and plan that follows in line to what the fans want to see in their product, your core audience, you're not going to win. You're not going to get those viewers up. And I'm telling you right now, everybody wants to say, like, oh, well, that's not fair because, you know, Dynamite does a lot of the same shit that WWE does. They have some things that make no sense. Yeah, you know what they did when the Nightmare Family fucking didn't work out? They stopped doing it.
And that was a good call.
You know,
that stupid gimmick would have ruined them.
You know what AEW is doing right now that we didn't even cover, that they didn't put on Dynamite? They're only putting the finals on Dynamite because they have the right people involved in the finals right now. What they did was they didn't have the full tournament on AEW Dynamite. They put the first 2 matches of the AEW Women's Cup, the Deadly Draw Women's Tag Tournament, on YouTube. They didn't put that shit on Dynamite. That was smart. Because they know that the female division is severely lacking in talent right now, and that's like one of their weakest fucking areas that they're trying, key word there, trying to better. I don't see WWE trying to better anything. What are they trying to do? They basically threw their hands up and basically just said,
out of all the things to be weak, I'm glad it's not the world title picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because WWE, that world title picture, what fucking world title picture?
It's garbage. It's like like a damn soup
my
packet.
old man watched an episode of Monday Night Raw and went, yeah, I was sitting with the girls and I just changed the channel and I literally said, who the hell are most of these people and why am I looking at faces from when I was a kid still wrestling?
You know,
that's the problem.
You know,
I would rather see new faces than old faces that have been around for 30 years.
Dude, if your father's saying that, then there's a fucking problem. You should tell him to watch Dynamite, honestly.
James, the upsetting part is he didn't know half the roster. My old man hasn't watched professional wrestling since WrestleMania fucking 3 on a weekly basis. The last big wrestling event he has ever seen was WrestleMania 3. If he's going, I remember half the faces that are on here. There's a problem.
Undertaker. Well, I doubt any of those faces because then you're talking King Kong Bunny and shit. I don't think they're.
But I'm saying specifically to be able to go, why is Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and Triple H still wrestling?
Well, yeah. Then he knew of Undertaker.
Yeah, because I grew up.
That wasn't the last. Yeah, that wasn't the last event though.
No, that was the last. That was the last pay-per-view we ever purchased with WrestleMania 3.
Oh, so you did, yeah. Okay, so that he purchased. Yeah,
pay-per-view we ever purchased. When it comes to, as I said, when it came to weekly television, the last thing my old man has ever seen was WrestleMania 3 in the build-up to WrestleMania 3. That's all he remembers. All he remembers is the shit I watched as a kid. And he goes, Michael, how come most of the people that I'm looking on screen are either faces I've never seen before and have no interest in, or old-ass men? And I go, welcome to WWE.
That's literally all guys. They don't know what to do with them. They don't add no creative character. And when everyone is looking at these faces, they're like, they seem kind of boring and interesting. Let's take a look at the old people that we loved when we were kids that have no value today. I mean, I think that problem is stagnating. Like, get rid of them, honestly.
Yep.
Old faces, old heels, people who've been there for years in that company, get rid of them.
Dude,
they have their time. And if they're still wondering, they're like, oh, well, I didn't get my opportunity. I never had a... You had plenty back in your day. Why you didn't get them now? It's either two things. You didn't try hard enough, or it's Vince's problem.
I mean, you're 100% correct. Here's another thing. My theory on this thing is something needs to change, and I don't know what it needs to. I've even recommended at this point that, and I don't know if this is 100% gonna fucking help, but if Disney were to buy them out and they do what they do with Marvel and let people
have
run
this
it.
discussion again.
No, I'm having it because it legitimately has to be brought up. Because right now we're in a serious problem where if WWE keeps going on its downturn and they don't renew the contracts, Fox and USA that I'm speaking of here, and they don't make a turnaround, the industry could be in dire jeopardy because WWE, without those television deals, could seriously be at risk of going out of business.
And that's fine. And I've completely said that's okay if WWE goes out of business.
I thought the same thing until I realized the problem is they're the industry leader. I hate that they're the industry leader, but they are.
No, they're not. You think that, but they're not.
Financially, they are, Mike. That's what I'm saying. Financially, they are. They have the most money going into it. They have the most advertisers trying to go to them. Well, not anymore. It might be Dynamite now as far as AT&T.
I was going to say, I'm sorry I couldn't hear you over the fucking owner of a football team.
Failed football team. Who has now been bought out by a former wrestler.
Yeah, well, that league, that different. He's talking about Khan, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Dan, you think that WWE is the industry leader in America? You're correct. Not of all time.
No, I'm not saying of all time.
Of all time,
of all time, it's very clearly New Japan.
It's absolutely New Japan.
I agree. I'm fearful that if they don't get their act together soon, that we're in the midst of kind of like a dark age of wrestling, which I don't want again.
No, it won't be a dark age. It won't be a dark age of wrestling, and here's why.
Because the industry does not revolve around one company.
Exactly.
Did Cody not give this speech at All In? Do you not remember this?
He did. I hope that they get enough eyes on it to where he's right on that, and AEW can be the de facto leader. I'm hoping that's the case.
Well, think about it like this: AEW has New Japan helping them out most of the time. They've had Stardom helping them out. They have such good connections with, other brands and companies all over the U.S. They're not Vince McMahon for that specific factor. Right. Because Vince has never worked with other companies outside of the U.S. He tried to, but every guy that they ever gave them, he fucking completely threw out of the water.
Look at Jinsei Shinzaki. Look at friggin' Taka Michinoku.
Ultimo Dragon, one of the fucking greatest champions of all time, he put on fucking heat.
On Velocity. Not even heat, Velocity.
Yeah, he put him on Velocity.
Just Velocity.
He didn't have the gall to put him on fucking heat, which blows my mind. To this day.
It was SmackDown's fucking C show. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And now the whole friggin' company is a C show.
Yeah, that's true. The only A show is their developmental brand. How sad is that?
Dude, their A show is their C show. Think about that shit.
It makes no sense. As I said, and you and I have said it ad nauseum, it makes no sense. Why is the developmental brand better than the actual place where you're supposed to make the most money?
I hear from a lot of people going, I would love to one day work for WWE. And I get why, because as a kid, you grew up and you watched it and you loved it. But I would rather be a part of ICW, for fuck's sake. I'd rather go across the pond.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't right now because they're owned by WWE.
Never mind then. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. They partnered up with WWE. It's over for them.
How do you...
Progress, same thing. Progress, same thing. Evolve just got bought out recently by WWE. Same thing. Fucking WXW in Germany. Same thing.
They can't...
All gone.
Vince McMahon cannot have a monopoly on wrestling. That's just not going to happen.
I hope. I know. I hope that AEW does. I want AEW to do fucking great because At this point, competition. But I also realize that competition is good for the industry, which is the only reason why NXT and AEW are like they're the only real eating brands here.
Allow me to say this because I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
Competition is important, unless you're Vince McMahon, because what did he do when he had the chance to take everybody else over? That's exactly what he did. He took over all of his dad's competition. The thing that his fucking old man told him to never do, Vince did anyway, because he said, fuck that, I want to make way more money than I even need to, ad nauseum.
Raw Underground is not what WWE needs, is the moral of this fucking story. If you think that this is going to be a long-term solution for the fucking ratings, the downward spiral of the ratings going down the fucking toilet, you're sorely fucking mistaken.
I think we can sum this whole situation up in one sentence. WWE is not what the industry needs.
No.
I would rather see New Japan go global.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. All right, boys. We're going to take a commercial break here. Plus, I got to eat myself. I got to actually make some dinner, which should only take a few minutes to do. We will come back after this commercial break. We are off the wrestling portion, and we will be talking about other sports. Lots of it. 2 topics, MMA related and boxing related. So if you're looking forward to that, definitely make sure you hit that like button, share on all social media, leave a comment in the live chat and or in the comment section down below. And yeah, make sure you spread our name out there, because the more you spread it out there, the more our name gets out there. That's what we like. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Indy Force fans of all ages. I am Luke Lynch, commander of the Legion, and if you have not already, check out my adventure vlog series over on my channel. Grant you, it's not the most often updated series. It's definitely far from frequently updated. But when it is updated, it's good times, geeky, nerdy, and fun times all around with cool geeks from all walks of life. For example, YouTubers, content creators, Twitch streamers, you name it, I've got it, all on The Adventures of Luke Lynch, which you can find on my channel. Subscribe, like, comment, watch, share, do the whole thing under the umbrella of For the Win Productions. Future James, take it away with that outro.
What's up, bitches? Are you tired of being bored during quarantine? Well, to pass the time, check out hundreds of free classic games on PlayEmulator.com. This site offers so many classic titles from the Nintendo Entertainment System, all the way to the Game Boy Color. They also have a huge PSX library, along with an even bigger Sega library. The collection is massive and has hundreds of games, including, but not limited to, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, the original Streets of Rage, Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man, WWF No Mercy, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Virtual Pro Wrestling, Super Mario 64, F-Zero and F-Zero X, the original Tetris, Contra, WCW NWO Revenge, Doom 64, all Street Fighter 2 titles, Pokemon X and Y, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and much, much more. They also have a small section for MSX, including the original Metal Gear. There are also fan-made emulators you can play, including Shadow in Sonic, Mario vs. Sonic.exe, Simpsons Streets of Rage, and a Street Fighter 2 version of Street Fighter 5. Go on PlayEmulator.com and enjoy the fun, fellow gamers, because this shit's super fun, yo. Indy Force approved.
Alright, welcome back. Yay! So, chicken. I heard chicken.
No, what you heard was the word kitchen. My mother's in there making her dinner.
Kitchen chicken?
Damn it, James, I'm just that.
Kitchen chicken.
Want me to mix that hamburger in there?
I hope you get hit by it. I hope you get hit by a truck.
I hope he gets swarmed by chickens.
I think it's attacked by a pheasant farm.
Chickens at night!
Huh? Are you choking to death? No? Forgot?
James, that joke was... James, that was so funny, I aborted my fetus.
No.
That's how funny it was.
My dad
You
thought I
have
was
ovaries?
choking. Apparently, my dad thought I was choking when I was doing the chicken impression.
Choking the chicken?
No, that's for later. Anyway. Sorry, it was a golden opportunity there. All right, let's get to Conor McGregor.
So going from one chicken to the next.
So, could Conor McGregor's retirement be a troll, or retirement tweet be a troll? If it is, can he take on Jorge Masvidal, please? Please? Please?
Just so we can get his ass handed to him in 2.5 minutes?
Hey, all right. Look, this is the reason why. They have two of the fucking most devastating fucking hands of the business. This is why. I'm actually expecting a dogfight out of this. Like, these two will beat the fuck out of each other if they ever get into a fucking octagon with each other. I love it. I'd love to see it. I think that's a money fight. I don't know if anybody else thinks
No, a money fight is having McGregor fight Silva.
Yes, but still.
No.
But it's Jorge Masvidal. It's in our intro.
Oh, you think you'll go?
No.
Hey.
Yeah, meow my ass.
How are you gonna put some respect on my boy's name? Jorge Masvidal.
You can't make me.
No, I won't, but he will.
He better have a gun pointed at me or I'll break his little fingers.
Could you imagine? Just don't be a wrestler, because that's your first mistake. Don't be Ben Askren. Goes for a takedown, gets straight up kneed in the fucking temple.
I got him.
5 seconds.
Didn't get him. I got him. I didn't get him. I got him. I'm unconscious.
What happened to you? It was a dumb shit.
We also got to give credit to McGregor on this one instance that he's got one of the fucking most devastating left hands in the fucking business. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you can connect with them.
Yeah, if he can connect with them. But once he connects with you, it's done. It's fucking done.
Otherwise, he's just going to be on the ground like, I thought I had him. And the ref's like, at what point did you think you
Yeah, you didn't have him. You lost.
Thought you had him? Boy, you ain't even in the right state.
For the record, Nikos, you now sound like you're talking in a tin can. So, I don't know what's happening with your mic today, but...
How is this? Is this okay?
No. You're still...
I call upon you from the moon.
Would it be better if I wore the mask?
No.
I'll fucking do it.
No.
I didn't know who you were till I put on the mask.
Do you feel in charge?
Oh god, because the filter is not helping you, because that sounded pretty good.
What Gotham is ashes.
Michelle. You gotta burn down Gotham.
Hey, who's in the bathroom? And I'm covered in shit. So, yeah, okay. If they were to do a fight, I would love to see it. I don't know if anybody else would, but I think just to see who, it's either going to be a quick knockout or it's going to be a drag-out fight. I hope the drag-out fight.
If they're not on Fight Island, it's not worth it.
Well, Fight Island fucking failed too.
They didn't do it right.
No.
Serious missed opportunity there.
We needed Mortal Kombat inspiration, man. They didn't get any of it.
It's like, dude, Mortal Kombat is like, this is half the reason Mortal Kombat exists in the first place.
Because Fight Island.
No. MMA is half the reason Mortal Kombat exists in the first place.
That's a complete lie. You know why Mortal Kombat exists?
Because Bloodsport.
Because Bloodsport existed, which is a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
And a very good one. I actually saw it.
Yes. So, to be fair...
Never do a Street Fighter remake. If they ever do a Street Fighter remake, I nominate Jean-Claude Van Damme to play the role of Abel.
Abel?
If they ever do a Street Fighter remake.
They can never do a Street Fighter remake because the guy who played Bison is no longer with us.
On top of the fact, James, I don't want Jean-Claude Van Damme near any of my movies with his cocaine addiction. Thank you.
Okay, the next best Van Damme to pick him then. Rob Van Damme instead.
How about neither?
How about just watch Assassin's Fist?
And then just say that was in a great movie, which Nikos has seen the whole thing, and it's fucking fantastic.
Yes, it is.
It's some of the best.
That is a direct order from the king. Watch it, you filthy peasants.
If you're not interested in Street Fighter, honestly, watching it will get you interested because the characters and the world building is so fucking good. Because it's made by people that generally just give a shit about Street Fighter.
Mm. Well, so much for talking about Connor and Masvidal having a fight.
Hey, listen. I hate to say it.
We have more interesting things on our palette.
Yes, such as fuck Conor McGregor. I've never been a fan of his.
I like him as a person.
To each their own. If you like him, you like him. I don't care about him.
Another thing I don't care about? Whether or not the NFL is rigged. Short answer, yes. Let's move on.
I figured we would just put that in. It's like a continuation. Actually, okay. I have a question. I probably should have put this question. What game made you think the sport was rigged?
James.
Oh, nice.
James. I'm not even. That's for you, baby.
No, I know.
I'm not an NFL guy, so I don't really care.
I got one word for you, James.
Go.
Perfectly sum it up. Bottlegate.
Yeah, that's everybody's go-to. That Cleveland Browns game at 0-1. Always. That's like Exhibit A of the fucking sports rig. For me, what made me think the entire industry, not just of NFL, but football in general, is rigged, is the Saints game. The Saints game two years ago.
College football. I wouldn't say that college football's rigged. Because those kids are genuinely trying their fucking asses off.
I want to point out that everybody in the NFL is also trying their ass off most of the time. You can't disregard the athleticism that comes with the gridiron, if you will. But it's hard to get into that when you see so many blatant missed calls. And that's what I saw. Or one glaring missed call that they completely just said fuck it. And to me, that game is 100% the Saints game. Clear pass interference call, didn't call it, and basically just said, no, fuck you. We want the Rams in the Super Bowl to fight the Patriots instead because it's a better story. Which to me is like, fuck you.
Why would you not go for Drew Brees versus Tom Brady?
Yeah, exactly. That would have made way more.
Because money?
Drew Brees versus Tom Brady is money, you dumb shit.
You know what the stupidest thing is? Because they wanted the LA Rams to get in, and it was clearly, done. It was rigged. I don't care what anyone wants to tell me. That game was fucking rigged for the Pats to fight the Rams. To me, when I see that, all I think of is you just created one of the most boring Super Bowl matchups in history because that was such a fucking boring game. No one could get a fucking touchdown until the fucking tail end of that fucking game.
It's boring. What? It's boring if you don't like defensive games.
I gotta admit, I love the defensive plays. It just happened too much. And all I kept thinking about was, this would have been such a more exciting game with Drew Brees and the Saints.
Agreed. Now, for me, what made me come to understand that the NFL was rigged was a game that took place many, many years before I was even born.
Go.
Any Patriots fan will know about this. and with 3 simple words: roughing the passer.
Yep.
Was this before Brady was QB?
This is before.
Long before Brady was QB.
Long before. This was back when they were still in Boston.
This was back when Steve Grogan was playing.
That fucking dude. I fucking hated that dude. He was terrible.
Hey, in fairness, they almost made the playoffs that year.
They damn near made the playoffs. If not for Ben Dreif, they would have made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? And everybody's like, oh, well, this is still the American pastime. Why? It's so rigged, it's not even funny. Like, every signs of boxing is in this fucking sport.
Okay, first off, I don't know if you were talking about boxing or football. Sorry, Lily and I were having a conversation.
No. Football right now is resembling what boxing was when that lost popularity, because then they found out that was rigged.
But
similar to how the NFL's being rigged right now.
But you just called both of them the greatest American pastime. That's incorrect. It's called baseball.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not anymore. I wouldn't say it is anymore. Not anymore, anyway.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Baseball was entertaining to a point. I mean, just watching it was kind of boring, but getting into the game was actually pretty enjoyable.
It's better live.
To this day,
it's more fun when you're drunk. I'm gonna be. When you don't even remember half the plays
more fun.
Calling.
Baseball is more fun when A, you're drunk, or B, you're watching the 1998 home run chase.
That's it.
We're great for it.
Or the Black Pine incident.
True. Well, I mean, even
Nobody
that.
knows what I'm talking about.
You know what? I think every sport's rigged.
That's
you don't say.
Looking at it, because I remember my dad and I had a conversation about how, like, even the Olympics were rigged at one point. He was trying to go into the fucking swim team way back in the day for the Olympics. This is back when my dad was in, like, uber shape. And,
yeah, your dad definitely wasn't boomer shape.
No, now he is.
Probably about halfway through.
But,
In order to make fluff and fucking beaters.
What happened? I'm sorry.
So how long before your next commercial break?
1, 2, 3 topics. So probably about 20 minutes.
Anyway. What was I saying? I'm sorry.
You said that like every sport is rigged.
Well, my dad was trying out for the swim team, and at one point during that time, I think it was like what fucking year was it? It was like the 1960s. Fucking Germany has been completely blackballed from the sport because of a fucking one guy was taking roids, and like demolished the world record. And there were like 3 other kids. Like my dad actually broke the world record for like a minute, and then like 3 others did it after him. But yeah, it was originally done by a guy in Germany who was clearly on steroids. So it's like, it just made me think then, fuck, then all sports are rigged then.
I don't know. To say all sports are rigged is like impossible.
I don't think so.
Okay, hear me out. You know what's the hardest game to ever rig?
Go.
Hockey.
You have a point there. That might be the only
one.
That is
though. Literally the hardest sport in the world to rig. Not saying it's impossible, but do you know how many fucking factors go into a hockey game?
Well, ice
physics alone
will rig it no matter what.
Yeah, but ice physics alone is going to throw a huge monkey wrench into just about everything.
And you got to account of all the fights and bickering that goes on in
That's why it's the greatest sport of all time, dude. Hockey's the greatest sport of all time for the fact that they will literally fucking fight it out. They're about to duke this shit out right in the middle of the ice. And that's what I think. I think all sports is like, you know what? Let them fucking fight and see what happens. Let them go at it. Who cares? Let the entire team go at it at once. As I showed Casey. Let the hockey players go into the stands and start fighting.
Football rumble. Right in the middle of Patriot plays.
By the way, I'm not making that clip up at all. I hope you know that that's a real clip.
No, I know. I've seen them.
The Boston Bruins. I think it was
fucking attacked fans.
The Islanders. I think it's the Bruins versus the Islanders. The Bruins.
In what, the 70s?
In the 70s, start running into the fucking stands, and you see very blatantly
with sticks.
No, they didn't beat him with sticks, dude. One of them took off a dude's shoe and beat him with his own shoe.
Bad.
Why
have you ever experienced
bad?
an almighty 3 shoe beating?
He's a bad ass.
And he's on Nesson now, if I remember correctly.
That's hilarious. Well, speaking of fisticuffs, Mike Tyson to take on Roy Jones Jr. in a boxing match.
Weird matchup, by the way. That's a weird fight.
Very weird matchup, at least nowadays. 15 years ago, this would have been a dream match.
Yeah, Nico, Casey, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, I'll take it. Hang on.
Yeah, it's MMA news. That's the only article we actually have for the show. And then we only have like one YouTube video. So
yeah. So this was written by Fernando Quiles Jr.
Oh my God. What a fucking name.
I know, holy shit.
He sounds like a boxer.
Yep. And it was posted, if this ad can friggin' close. Thank you. On July 23rd.
Yes.
So this is almost a month old at this point. It says, Mike Tyson's comeback fight is set, and it'll be against Roy Jones Jr. Tyson has been itching to get back inside the boxing ring. The 54-year-old has said that his ego is taken over, no shock there, and has led to his decision to return to action. Iron Mike says he wants his return to be meaningful, even though he's going the exhibition route. He plans to compete in matches for charity. His first opponent will be another boxing legend. Yahoo Sports' Kevin Ioli, if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near properly, broke the news that Tyson versus Jones Jr. will take place on a date that has yet to be determined. Big news, at Mike Tyson is coming back. By the way, quote, big news, at Mike Tyson is coming back. He will fight at real Roy Jones Jr. in an 8-round exhibition match. Heard there will be boxer versus MMA fighters on undercard. Looks like it will be in Cali. Don't have the date yet. End quote.
You want another sad part? I think the date was announced, and Jake Paul originally was supposed to be scheduled for this boxing on the undercard. I think he's now been taken off. So yeah, there was at one point where Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were going to be on the same card. Am I just predicting the future in some way?
I really hope you're not.
I'm not either. Fuck.
I mean, there are times where you scared us with that ability, but now anything.
Now I'm scared because now Jake Paul almost got onto a fucking boxing card with him. I mean, I'm just glad it wasn't KSI Jake Paul. Then they'd be really fucking frightened.
Yeah, right. So prior to the reveal, Jones Jr. had expressed interest in fighting again just one more time for the opportunity to share the ring with Iron Mike. He told Sports.ru, quote, I had no intention of going back and fighting again, but for the sake of Mike Tyson, I agree to make an exception. For me, this is an opportunity that I cannot refuse. Of all those who wanted to go into the ring with him, he chose me. And since he did that, how can I say no?
Easy. No. I have simplified it. It's just the word no. It's literally 2 letters.
Yeah, well, you also don't want to risk him punching straight through your chest protector.
Yours would have been a better match.
I'd rather take that risk than not at all.
What's your better match for Mike Tyson?
Versus Jericho?
No.
Why not?
Stop.
I mean, in a wrestling match, maybe, but not in a boxing ring. Jericho would get crushed.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Can we stop mixing the sports for a moment, for once? Especially a fake-ass sport.
I didn't mix that fucking fight. I want Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson.
Clash of the Tysons.
Clash of the Tysons. Let's go.
Tyson has not competed inside the boxing ring since the 2006 exhibition bout with Corey Sanders. While a winner wasn't determined, it was quite clear that Tyson got the better of Sanders. As for Jones Jr., he last competed back in February 2018. He defeated Scott Sigmund via unanimous decision to capture the World Boxing Union, German version, cruiserweight title. Stick with MMA News for the latest details on Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr., such as the date and location once that information becomes available. End article.
Yeah, I didn't know Jones Jr. came out back in 2018. I thought he was just done for just the OOs.
No, he's been back. Everybody seems to just be making a comeback. I blame DDP Yoga. DDP is making every old timer just come back and be like, whether it's wrestling, MMA, or some other fucking sport, they're just like,
are you complaining?
DDP.
If Mike Tyson is on DDP Yoga, I'm going to piss myself laughing.
Hey, I bit too many people's ears off. I just need to get my anger under control, and DDP was the guy to do it. So,
Want me to stop hitting all my pigeons?
It is now my headcanon to believe that it is actually true.
Welcome to yoga. I do yoga.
We had one topic left. It was the Mr. Formula One NASCAR guy. Okay, I guess we'll do this one. So I think the NASCAR season just ended by the time we're talking about this. Remember when we talked about how they had a road course in one of the NASCAR races?
So yeah.
Okay, here's my question for this. Should NASCAR do a partnership with Formula One and IndyCar to do A, driver trades, and B, more road course tracks in their schedule?
They should.
I think it would make it a lot better.
It would make I agree with the more road course tracks in their schedule. I'm not sure about driver trading. Because once you get into driver trading, that's actually two completely different mindsets.
I'll say this because I think it's important. I want NASCAR to become more than just a circular fucking track.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's the point.
We want road courses.
Dude, road courses
you'll definitely have those people that are really interested in that shit, and that's fine. But I want to see more of what these drivers can do, because all they've been testing is, let me drive in a circle, and let me drive in a circle, and let me drive in a circle, and that's all the challenge.
There are courses you could absolutely keep that would be great for, like, because you obviously are going to have your
you got to have your Watkins Glen.
You got to have your Watkins Glen's already on the schedule, and so is the fucking road course in Arizona. But I think, ideas that kind of come to mind for me are, are you guys aware of the road course inside Daytona?
Yes.
I think that would be interesting.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I think they should do that. I think they should add that as a road course. I think they should also do, you can keep your mainstay tracks like Daytona in a circle, Talladega, obviously, because that's like the fucking fastest track. Darlington and maybe Coca-Cola, the Las Vegas track. But then and Food City, can't forget about Food City, because that's like the short oval, because that's just demolition derby type shit over in that course. But then what? You know what I mean? Like, you need more road courses, I think, to diversify the NASCAR. Because there's not enough. Like, there's only two, I think, in the entire... There was only two up until recently out of the entire fucking season. And that's the one in Arizona and the Watkins Glen in New York. They need to expand their horizons, I think, here. Because, I don't know. Like, here's an example of this. Do you guys know, if you guys ever played NASCAR Thunder 2004?
God. How did I know he was instantly going to go for that fucking game again?
Yes, but there was a course on there called I think it was the New York Marathon, and it was like the actual New York Marathon layout. But instead of people running, it's like cars driving and racing. I did some statistics on that. They could pull that off if they fucking wanted to after the marathon. They realistically could do that. You're just going to piss off a lot of people in New York because of the traffic jams. But, you could still do it. I don't know. Like, that would be interesting. Seeing NASCAR in fucking New York City. Just fucking cars. You're in the Empire State Building, you just see fucking NASCAR going on. That'd be interesting. It's just me.
I think it'd be fun. But the whole thing is that New York is a very, very crowded place. But it is on a grid, so I'll give credit where credit's due. It would be the perfect for specifically just that.
Yeah. And it would be a great road course for them to race on as opposed to, not doing, because I'm sick of the whole just everything's an oval. Like, I'm fine with Daytona and Talladega and a few other tracks here and there. But, like, you need to diversify the tracks. Like, road courses need to be more implemented. Like, I'm thinking, how many road courses do we think they should have? Because I think they have, how many races do they have a year? Do we know?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, let me look that up.
But I would say they should have at least 6.
I'd say 4.
How many? I think that's still too much. Races in the NASCAR Cup Series. Here it is. Let's see. There's 26 races total.
Damn.
I think you easily could put in 10. All you would really have to do is just implement in road courses like that they already have. Like, for instance, in the Brickyard, like they did this year.
Yeah.
That could be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting. I would fucking love that.
You know where else could be a good place to race?
Mm.
Gran Turismo fans will probably recognize this track.
A backyard?
Nope. Well, maybe if you live close to this, it might be. Laguna Seca could be a very interesting race course.
Yes. Actually, I think that was also in NASCAR Thunder 2004, I believe.
All right, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Since we don't use Route 66 anymore as a major route, why not just build an entire...
Why not?
Yeah! Oh, that's actually genius.
Why not? It's a big, huge open area. You can absolutely do it. Just make sure it's maintained. It would give Route 66 that big pop that it needs again. As one of the biggest routes in the U.S.
Gives new meaning to get your kicks on Route 66.
Mm.
A 2,000-mile marathon race across the U.S.
Why the fuck not? That'd be sick as hell.
That would be.
Yo, let's do it.
And no pit stops. Just go. That'd be interesting.
I feel like that'd be kind of impossible.
That'd be impossible.
Yeah,
how are you going to be able to do a track on Route 66 though?
Here's what you do though: you create 3 stop points. Whoever gets to those points the fastest wins.
Mm.
It's all about trying to get to the end of the. It's being first, but there are stop points that you have.
Yeah, it's like stage racing in modern NASCAR, in modern day NASCAR.
I feel like what they would ultimately do though is just probably build a road course on Route 66 or close to it,
or take the Le Mans route, integrate part of Route 66 into a road course.
I think they should actually make Tiburon Super Speedway into an actual fucking track. I mean, it'd be dangerous as fuck, but that would be also really awesome to see fucking NASCAR drivers go over 200 miles an hour again. Especially the way they laid out the track in the game. It's not impossible.
You can lay it out in as straight as a line as you can.
Yeah.
I say why not? I say go for it.
I agree. Oh yeah, NASCAR. If you're hearing this, more road courses.
But here's here's my one rule with it. They are not using traditional NASCARs.
No.
What for the Route 66 one?
I want these races to build and make their own cars.
You know what pisses me off?
That way we have individualism on the track, and so that way I can finally say, there be a Thunderbird on this race, you motherfuckers.
You know what the thing is? I would be okay with that, but here's the thing. You need the same engine for it to be fair, and I get that.
Did Dale Sr. drive a Thunderbird?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Whole time, yeah, he did. The thing that aggravates me is that every single car in NASCAR now, no matter what it is, doesn't look any fucking different. Like, Chevy doesn't look any different from a Ford. Ford doesn't look any different from a Dodge. Dodge doesn't look any different from a Toyota. That's a problem to me. There's like drastically different models and makes in that brand, and every one of them looks the same. That's a problem to me. I think they at least need to, if they're not going to change the engine outright, they should at least make the car look different by design. Because holy shit, is it just like you're insulting fans' intelligence?
I think honestly, the standard that it needs to have is that it has to go up to around 200 miles an hour. That's the standard. It has to at least hit 200 miles an hour.
I think they don't want to do that because they don't want a bunch of deaths in NASCAR. We already had a death even with the proper safety precautions now.
But I'm saying specifically, if you're traveling Route 66, right?
Yeah.
And you're traveling that 2,000-mile distance, which is across most of the U.S., why the fuck not? It's a straight line.
Yeah, sure.
It is the most absolute fare that you can get, and I want individualism in NASCAR again. I'm tired of the same fucking car.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the same car with different stickers.
I'd rather at least, at the very least, if nothing else, have the same engine with a little bit more horsepower in the same engine. And the cars look different, if nothing else, because holy shit, is it bland to see the same car. And then they have the audacity to say, it's a Chevy. Bitch, where?
Hear me out. Hear me out. You're telling me you don't want to see a NASCAR-style race with NASCAR drivers driving, I don't know, a fucking Shelby Cobra? Come on.
Those days are long gone, honestly, sadly. That being said, I would like them to actually do muscle fucking models.
Why not muscle cars?
Like some of the would a Dodge Viper count as a muscle car?
Yeah.
It is not a muscle car. It's a sports car.
Dodge Dart, fucking the fucking Bumblebee
Mustang.
Chevy. Yeah.
Mustang.
What the fuck? Like, why aren't we getting that? Why is it your main brand? That's not a race car. That's your modern car that people get. I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. But anyway, we can talk about that all day long. Who cares? Anyway, if you guys like this episode so far, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't change the channel. Don't skip to the next video. I don't know what they do in YouTube. There's no channels. I mean, there are channels, but they're not for videos. YouTube's weird now that I think about it. You know that?
YouTube is very weird.
Dude, I had something in my recommended section that was a video from 15 years ago, and I went, what the fuck?
Same. I don't know what is going on lately.
Dude, I remember one time I was watching Onage Pranks, and for whatever reason in my recommended, it just showed fucking Markiplier crying for 8 million. Like, why are they showing me this?
What does this have to do with the thing I was just watching?
I'm literally watching people getting prank called. I'm not watching Markiplier fucking scream at Five Nights at Freddy's.
You know what I think that has to do with? The algorithm that runs through your search history.
Oh no, don't say that! It could be taken off the fucking internet, just like TikTok. Oh no. Oh no.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I kind of agree with the whole we need to fucking not have a country run what we primarily use over here as social media.
Yeah, but my point is they're trying to ban TikTok, but it's like
I understand
US
why.
does it with us.
But I would rather have my country fucking hold on to our secrets than a country that is, well, not in the greatest standpoint.
I mean, TikTok's already going to be saved anyway. Isn't there like a buyer already? I think Facebook's going to buy them out.
I hope it's not Facebook. It's fucking Microsoft.
I think it's Facebook and Microsoft. Well, because Microsoft actually sold Mixer to them. And they've gotten into a partnership deal, so it might just be both of them together. But who knows? We'll see. But anyway, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them.
Bye. Don't come back. Seriously.
No, come back.
Don't come back. Stay at your house. Don't come back out here. You come back out here, I grab the shotgun. Don't fuck with me.
Don't go.
Get off my lawn!
Don't make me grab my long gun next to the
Get out of my property!
Listen, you come around my neighborhood again, you're gonna get glacked by me and the Paulers.
I came here to do two things and two things only. Purge heretics and steal property. And I already stole your property.
Let's do this.
Guys, don't leave. I swear we'll be back. We'll get more memes. Don't worry.
Or will we be back?
Don't come back.
Please come back. Don't go. Leave. Don't go. Stay. Hold on, wait. Please stay. I'll do Mustache Mountain. There. Okay, we'll be back.
You're cancer.
But then he ended up joining WCW and the Alliance. Because when people think WCW, they think of the guy that basically helped WWF win the war, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Eric Bischoff, Uncle Bischoff, doesn't like his nephew Eugene. And we got Coach in Ohio, sporting Michigan-colored you. That pissed me off.
Don't even get me started on Tony Storm crying. Oh, she cried. And the glass shatters. He opens the door. And off we go. Brawl ensues. They go all the way towards the Dipping Dots section where Cody dumps his Jericho's head in the Dipping Dots.
Next was Best Friends getting interviewed. And
somewhere Jim Cornette had a conniption fit. I got a ticket! I got a ticket!
Get out of here!
You don't mess
Get
with me!
out of here!
I have a ticket!
And literally, security and the police escort the Nightmare family off the premises.
MJF says, how you looking now, midlife, Chris?
To get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus Machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
Full Metal Mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title, best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way to start or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title, the Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
And we're back. Enjoying the show? Jesus Christ. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we're actually going to talk about a bunch of outside entertainment. So I have a question. I have a question for everybody. Has anybody ever checked out the show Deadliest Catch?
I used to love this show back in 2005 and 2006.
They're still good now.
Yeah, because all they do is catch king crabs.
In the Bering Sea.
Yes, that's the thing. That's what makes it.
On Deadliest Catch, they catch crabs.
Well, here's the thing.
Boys, we gotta get the shears. We got the crabs.
Would it be safe to say that that Deadliest Catch is honestly the only actual reality show by name because it's actually real and not scripted?
I wouldn't say completely that. The danger element is absolutely real. We have heard about people dying on the show. The Big Valley, for one, in the second season. God rest them. Captain Phil Harris, God rest him. And
yes,
there were a couple of other ships that went down. And so probably some of the what do you call it? The results and the pull-ups of each pot I remember the poor Western Viking in the first season could not catch a break.
Yeah.
But some of the interactions between crew members do feel a little bit scripted.
I don't know, man. It feels like it's just first off, how do you have time to script that? You know what I mean? It doesn't look possible when you're fighting to get Crab and fighting for your life physically and financially every night. You go out into the fucking Bering Sea. You know what I mean? This is me.
Oh
I don't
my
know
god!
how you could script
I'm
it.
so sorry to do this. Give me a moment. Just imagine this shit. Hold on, let me grab this.
What are you doing?
Are you catching crabs, son?
Oh no.
Are you winning, son? Wait, can you grab me the big hat that's over there so I can throw it? Yeah.
Why is that funny?
Are you catching crabs?
because it's Clancy Brown.
Are you winning, son?
God damn it.
Boy, me bub, are you winning, boy?
Oh no. God, good.
Hold on. I can make this 5 times better in about 4 seconds. Hold on.
Oh no, Billy Ray Cyrus has entered the chat.
Are you fishing, son? Are you catching crabs, son? Are you winning? Are you Mexican, son?
I'm gonna go crab fishing.
Wait, can I
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I want to join Captain Phil Harris. God rest his soul.
Damn it, I will find a way. I did it.
I'm wondering how much it will cost for me to sell to me your vessel.
I can't believe it. Can you believe it, Jerry? Undertaker powerbomb. Brock Lesnar to the king.
Stop it.
I hate my life.
Undertaker hit the choke slam on Brock Lesnar into the Bering Sea.
I got very violent very quickly.
What happened with Brock Lesnar? What happened with Brock Lesnar after the wrestling match between him and Undertaker at the Bering Sea? Oh well, he got he
was getting touched, son. Are you losing, son?
You got swallowed by Monster the Whale.
Are you scarred for life, son?
Are you gay, son? Who's been inhaling the dongers, son?
The enragement child, son.
Are you gay, son?
Did you take Viagra before, son?
Did you win? Do you have the crabs, son?
Did you pull a Charlie Sheen, son?
Did you pull a Martin Sheen, son?
Did you snort crack, son?
Get raped, son? Did you meet your Catholic priest, son? Did he touch us?
What the fuck is going on?
Did he show you the Father and the Son?
Society, son?
Welcome to the Indy Force, where we can't stay on topic and just meme for like 10 minutes.
What's changed from last time?
Are you enjoying the show, son?
Are you hyped for Into the Spider-Verse 2, son?
Oh no, that was. Oh,
Are you memeing, boy?
All right, let's not meme this time. Actually, no. You said you guys were gonna do this on open mic night one of these days, right?
One day. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not in 5 years. Maybe in 20 years after the game's released. We'll talk about it Into the Spideyverse 2.
We're just giving up on that one because all four of us trying to talk about this, it's just never gonna work.
We'll talk about it eventually, someday.
Let's talk about it now. So yeah, Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Into the Spidey Force.
Into the Spidey Force.
Welcome to the Spidey voice, son.
Into the Spidey voice.
This is why we give up on topics, because somebody screws up something and it's too easy to make fun of.
I hate how fucking retarded my brain was, because as soon as he says Into the Spider-Verse, I instantly went, "Are you into the Spider-Verse?"
Oh, damn it.
And I fucking hate my brain.
So let's talk about this. Obviously, we were going to talk about this last week, but everything went wrong for Nikos. Well, not last week, but last episode, and everything went wrong for Nikos.
Yeah.
It's by the way.
Swamp ass and shit in my eye.
You got swamp ass, son? Did you shit yourself, son? Did you know that Shrek is love and Shrek was life, son? That's why you got the swamp ass.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Yeah, you got the swamp ass, boy. Sponge boy me, Bob. Did you get the Shrek ass, son? I fucking love this meme.
Alright, fuck it. Call it an audible. Into the Spider-Verse 2 will now be reserved for open mic night.
James, do you also appear through the Looney Tunes logo?
Episode 6. Jesus
Go fuck yourself.
I meant to say episode 6. How was I not able to get that out?
I'm so glad.
Now you know how it felt to. Now you know how it felt to be Nikos last episode.
Oh, that's a bitch.
And then along came Zeus here, this thunderbolt and James retarded ass.
Say it, yes, son.
Did he zap your balls, son? Did you get the tingles?
No, that's Kane's job.
I forgot that was a thing.
I don't know. Ask Shane McMahon, see if his testicles are electrocuted still.
And then along came Zeus to zap them right up quick. He zapped
them right out of existence.
He zapped Shane right in the dick. He did it so quick.
He's trapped.
I fucking hate my brain. I really do. Can I get an Abby normal one, please?
Abby, hang on. Abby normal?
Abby normal.
You want to have the brain from the fucking bitch from Last of Us 2?
Yes.
Alright, well, let me get the 9-iron.
I'm gonna break your skull open, son.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna crack your head open, kiddo.
What is this, cyanide and happiness? Jesus Christ.
Are you losing, son?
Alright, let's get to the next topic if we're not going to talk about Into the Spider-Verse.
So that's the thing. Every time we talk about Into the Spider-Verse, we just break down crying and acting like buffoons.
You know what? There you go. That's how excited we are for Into the Spider-Verse 2 that we're so giddy and stupid.
Were you about to say Spongeverse?
Into the Spongeverse, me Bob.
Spongeman, me boy, me Bob. I can't believe you've decided to grow in spider powers.
Bikiniverse, son.
Now you better be
boy,
them burgers.
You better, boy. Me.
Sponge boy, me Bob, me bitch. Why aren't you splitting them Krabby parties, you fuck?
How did you not put your Mahoy Noi in the August?
You know what? I am now convinced the cosmos at large just does not want us to talk about Into the Spider-Verse 2 and wants us to save our hype for when we actually see the movie.
My fellow Bikini Bottom residents, I have not been entirely truthful with you. I did Mahoy Noimin that girl. I put my Mahoy Noimin in her Googus, and I am sorry.
You are not...
What are you, fucking Bill Clinton?
No, I'm SpongeBob.
Not have sex with that woman.
I did Mahoy Noimin that woman.
I sandied her cheeks.
Yeah, who's your daddy?
What is wrong with us?
Okay, why don't we just hit the button? James, hit the button to change conversation. Do it now.
Button to change conversation. Hi, cat.
Pussy!
Is that a pussy, son?
Welcome to the.
Pussy, son?
Welcome to the Indyverse.
Welcome to the Indy Force. Welcome to the Indy Force, where everything goes to hell.
Eventually.
Welcome to Indy Force Bloopers.
I'm glad we had one of these podcasts, though. I needed a day away from the bullshit.
Well, let's talk about some shit. So Logic, the former hip-hop or rapper, is now retired and signed a multi-stream deal with fucking Twitch for way more money. What?
What's the logic behind that, James?
I want to fuck.
I swear, I feel like one of you fuckers was going to make that same exact joke.
Hey, Nikos, you're banned from talking for the next 3 podcasts.
What?
You're banned from talking for the next 3 podcasts, you fuck.
Let me tell you something right now.
Did somebody mute him?
No, he just muted himself.
Oh, what the fuck?
For the memes.
All I see is a lot of Sponge Boy Me Bob coming from his mouth and Mahoimanoini.
A lot of cum.
That's all I have to say because I'm so pissed.
As Nikos just said with the jizzins,
lots of swears? Am I supposed to censor that? He muted himself.
He did mute himself. It's almost like the joke doesn't work.
Not really. No, it doesn't.
See, Nikos, you're trying to have a Mike has left the party moment, but you're like way too far behind.
Oh, so yeah,
he's not the only.
He's not the only one to retire from his profession to do streaming. Freaking Rusev has also retired from pro wrestling to become a fucking Twitch streamer. What is happening?
What is? You know what? You know what's happening right now? This all started when Mick Gordon decided it would be a good idea to have people jam out to Power Tools.
Yeah, right.
Metal.
But can we blame him?
What? No, we can't blame him. He made it work. But still, the fact remains, when you're playing through Dermaternal, what?
Dermatology, what?
Are you a dermatologist, son?
I am a germaphobe.
When you're playing through I can't talk.
Say it again.
Doom Eternal. Me sideways. When you are playing through Doom Eternal, there are multiple occasions.
Wait, all I heard was Doom Eternal, you sideways. I'm not sure if I want to know what that means ever.
Casey, you're having a Tom moment from the McDonald's commercial.
I am very much having a Tom moment.
Where he completely forgot what the English language was and just started going, yes.
Yes, Photoshop Tom's head over mine.
That's a really big Photoshop job you're asking me to do.
What does it mean to raise all this money for a special education scholarship fund, Tom? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, what was the question?
So, there are many points throughout Doom Eternal where you are jamming out to chainsaws that are laid over the top of the music.
Yeah.
What is life?
Is that well? Yeah, but that still doesn't explain why Logic and Rusev decided. You know what? Let me quit my profession and just become a Twitch streamer. I mean, best of luck to them. I like them in their individual professions. I'm sure they'll do fine on Twitch. I just kind of weird. I didn't. Out of all the things that go on this year, I didn't expect that Logic was going to quit his MC career to be a Twitch streamer. Nor did I expect Rusev to quit being a pro wrestler to be a Twitch streamer.
Rusev Udria.
Rusev upload.
Rusev Twitchka.
Rusev Fortria. Rusev power on.
Can you imagine if his WWE theme is just the intro for every stream he does?
Oh my god, that would be but they'd fucking sue him in a heartbeat because WWE sucks and fuck free use. Anyway, I'm still wondering if Rusev is actually retired, or if he's just saying that to make sure, and waiting until the COVID thing blows over and then coming back. Because I'm still not convinced that he's done. Actually, now that I think about it, same with Logic. Because, fucking KSI does YouTube and music. Why the fuck can't Logic? I don't get it.
He's a bitch. No,
I'm glad you do it. Do it. And fucking, who else? Xavier Woods freaking does it. Why can't Rusev do it?
Because Xavier, okay, I'll say it like this. The reason why Xavier gets to do that is because he is a huge member of the FGC right now.
Yeah.
And WWE doesn't,
use him.
Doesn't really use him anymore. Which sucks, honestly, because I feel bad.
I think he's injured right now. I mean, I still to this day wonder if those spots in TNA that he took are hindered and shortened his career.
I can answer that for you. Yes.
I mean, yeah. That fucking spot, I still remember when he took that powerbomb and he just screamed, "Oh my god!"
The first time I ever saw Xavier Woods, he was Consequences Creed in the 2009 Lockdown X Division Escape match.
And he was good. That was a good match.
Oh, true.
I believe Suicide won that one.
Lethal Consequences was an underrated tag team, too. Can we talk about that? Love that team. Consequences Creed and now Black Machismo. And talk about things that you didn't think could work but did. A freaking a cosplaying Macho Man and a cosplaying Apollo Creed, and it worked.
I don't know. Wrestling's had some weird ass gimmicks that worked anyway, so it's not that crazy.
I mean, look at the Undertaker. That shouldn't have worked.
God, that's the lamest gimmick of all time, but it's the greatest gimmick of all time.
Because Mark
It's the lamest gimmick of all time, done by the most committed performer of all time.
Yes.
Agreed.
Hey, at least it's not Eggman.
So,
can you imagine? Can you imagine Mark Calloway doing the voice of Dr. Eggman?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I have one better, good sir.
Do it.
When the fuck are we gonna get? And hear me out, all right? When the fuck are we gonna have Dayman fight Nightman? When are we gonna have Dayman, fighter of Nightman, master of the sun, champion of karate? Oh my god, I fucking love Always Sunny in Philadelphia for just that joke alone.
So I just realized. By the way, I just realized I had a source for this Logic story. So just to show how much he was getting paid to be on fucking Twitch.
And then yesterday, Logic announced here that he has signed an exclusive deal with Twitch to stream there full time. Slasher tweet out here saying Logic retired from rap and has signed a multi-million-dollar deal to stream exclusively on Twitch. Streaming continues to go mainstream. So this article comes out from The Verge here. It says Logic signed exclusively to Twitch, where he'll stream weekly, some set numbers of hours a week, which he assures he'll most easily exceed. I'm not this rapper guy, man, he says. I'm just a nerd. I love video games. I'm blessed enough to have millions of fans and followers, so it is a great partnership, he says. I'm going to bring new eyes to their service, and they're going to bring me new money into my bank account, and I'm just kidding. But he's not, because his deal is worth 7 figures.
What the fuck?
I can't believe they got him 7-figure skaters.
Funny.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Where's Tanya Harding when you need her?
I can get you. I can't get you Tanya Harding.
Just to be clear, Logic is also the first exclusive Twitch streamer that is also a musician. That's the first time Twitch got that to work in their favor.
Casey, I can't get you Tanya Harding, but I can get you Trisha Takanawa.
I'll take it.
Okay, cool. Hold on.
Tanya isn't
Tanya in a website with a bunch of faggots in a chat room? Mr. Hebert, how does it feel to wank into a jar of mayonnaise?
I didn't. I hate mayonnaise, and why would I ever?
You hear that?
Why? Wait, no. Pause. Why the no, that's so fucking vile. Why would I? First off, I hate mayonnaise, and why would I ever wank into any food?
I don't know, man. Sometimes
Sometimes
really
you
is.
just got. Sometimes you just gotta smoke a burrito.
Fuck. So glad that joke will never die. I'm being honest. There's a lot of things that I'm not proud about, but that's my favorite one.
Hey, at least your freaking one. At least your fast food clerk didn't fucking screw a drumstick and then serve it to you.
No, instead he fucked my food. That's even better.
I mean, hey, we both had people fuck our food.
Do you find that funny that we're two big fat fucks, and we're the unlucky ones to have people have sex with our food?
Nikos, did I just hear you say your server me too'd your food?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Wait, you also had one?
No, we're dropping I don't give a fuck about this topic right now. I need to hear about this.
Yeah, go.
This is far. Hold on. This is far more important.
Yeah, what happened? Go on.
I hope I'm staring into your fucking soul.
What happened? No. Oh my god, he's serious. Okay, what happened? What happened?
Looks like the king.
You don't have to use names. You don't have to use names. Just tell us the story. Mike and I are with you on this boat. What happened?
We must know.
We must know.
So me and a person that was traveling with me, whose name shall not be disclosed for obvious reasons, go to a 99, and apparently we caught the attention of someone who really didn't want to be there. And unfortunately, she was all on the bandwagon of the whole Me Too movement, and she was just like not in the mood to serve people that were just like talking about it, you know.
Me too.
It privately, where it has no concern to the server whatsoever. So as soon as she caught wind of our conversation,
what?
So like,
you know what? Wait, what was? Well, hold on. Back up a little bit. What was talked about between you and this person and you?
Oh, this person. This was during the whole, Me Too walk out of school movement thing that they did.
Oh fuck yeah! Okay, yep.
And apparently I told them how ridiculous it was. And the server was like caught wind of what I said and was like, you know what, let's fuck this guy's order.
Now, are you saying that metaphorically or physically?
Both.
I'll leave that for you to decide.
Mike, it's physically.
Hey, listen. Things happen.
Obviously what he means.
Just listen. I like my steaks medium rare. I don't like them raw. Since then, I never saw her again.
No shit.
Well, now she's on my Christmas card list.
She fucked your steak?
Yeah, all because of an opinion.
How does that even how do you make that work?
Was it a T-bone?
How is that even physically possible?
It was the brand new T-bone that they offered, and I'm like,
it actually was a
T-bone? Hey, Nikos, are you saying that she T-boned your steak?
Yes. She literally went up to me and says, "Me."
We'll be right back after these micro commercial messages.
Look at James.
James, this is for you for later, because I know you probably want to skip this topic. You might as well just do yourself a favor and just cut the audio, and then we'll be right back. Like Casey, you started, I'll continue, and then we'll go for it. After these messages.
After these messages.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, Nikos, welcome to the club, my dude. Actually, I think we have one more topic, but we'll save it for when we come back. Bye.
Good fuckers unite. Form of a T-bone steak. Shape of a burrito. Sensation of a
drumstick.
Oh, God.
Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, Terry Bollea, Hibiki Honors, Hibiki Quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey! Watch out for pedestrians, pal! You on the bike! Slow down! Hit that subscribe down below. Check us out at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Oh, the goddamn goodness.
A wrestling podcast, yeah. Nobody else could do it like us. Future of wrestling podcast. Nobody else could do it like us, yeah. Who could really run this podcast? Nobody here could do it like us, yeah. Who is here can run this podcast? Nobody here can do it like us. We take WWE 2K, make it a wrestling show. The commentary added, man, it's best you know. Nobody can take it better than us. Nobody can ever do it. It's tough if you wanna listen to the best. Nothing else you got, yes. Recognize the time that we on. This is the time we respond. If you listen to the future of the wrestling podcast, understand that we on. Every debate, every commentary, just to make the status rapping loud and clear. I don't think you really talking, you aware that nobody feel you'll ever be there. And if you talking with...
Okay, so just so everybody knows, I'm coming back on break to write a very important message for all of you to understand and hear.
God,
I'm gonna write it.
You're gonna teach us how to do PowerPoint?
No, I'm gonna just write something really, really quick. Ready? Everybody get that? Everybody understand that?
Why is it just Raw? Why can't you just put WWE?
Well, he has the font for that too.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Let me get that up right real quick.
Oh my God! It's labeled Brawl.
Yeah, it's labeled Brawl. Hold on. Let's get. Oh, and you could all. I also have another version of that. Oh wait. I got more.
Where'd you buy this?
I didn't buy it. Hold on. Ready?
Yeah. Somalia sucks.
All right, ready? Now we get the WWE font. Where is We Wrestle?
I just saw it. Scroll down a little bit more.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you. WWE sucks ass. Okay. Everybody get that? Everybody get the message? All right, cool. Good. Bye.
Sucks ass.
So
that
was good to obviously, get to the next time. It's a little more like heavy-hearted, this one. Poor Sweetie Nina is getting stalked by an asshole, and here's the story by Scarce. And that'll be it for the sources today. There was only 2, so there you go. But yeah, this one's a bit more serious, this one.
Here comes from the Twitch streamer Sweet Anita. So we've been talking about this story a lot over the past week, but if you don't know, the streamer Anita actually recently went on her stream talking about a stalker of hers and how this guy has literally gone to her neighborhood before. He's tried to find her and meet up with her before. She's even gotten a restraining order against him, and he has sent her legitimate death threats, and it's very scary because apparently the police are not helping her with this almost at all here. So she tweeted out here saying, people keep asking why I don't have a gun. I have sporadic severe motor tics. I can't be trusted with a hot cup of coffee, let alone a gun. Guns are not an easy thing to get in the UK. People have them, but it's rarer. If my stalker could get a gun easily, I would already be dead. People ask why I can't move. Finding a place to rent is hard when you have animals. Few places will take me. I care for my mom and I need to live near her. My town is small enough that he'd be able to spot me and follow me home while shopping. Moving takes months, doxing seconds. People ask why I won't get a dog. My answer is that I feel like we are responsible for our pet's safety. If you buy a pet to put them between you and danger, you shouldn't have one. I'm responsible for my safety. safety and anyone dependent on me, including my pets. People ask why I don't get a restraining order. He started stalking, chasing, assaulting because he doesn't respect the law. Why would a piece of paper stop him? He has already been charged with stalking but wasn't put away.
I will add something. I have a recommendation, Anita. I will say it at the end of this little story here.
He has already been charged with stalking but wasn't put away. I wonder whether he'll kill me before anyone takes this seriously. Will it even make a difference? Will anything change? Should it be an expectation for us to lay our lives on the line just to entertain you? How many entertainers will lose their lives before it's taken seriously? She then went on to post even more death threats here that he's been sending her over Twitch. Anita also posted this morning saying, I'm trying to message Twitch about my stalker to see if they can provide the police with key information, but they have stopped replying to me. I desperately need help. I can't keep living like this. So this completely blew up this morning because people are upset that Twitch was not helping her here. You had so many creators coming out trying to support Anita with this, trying to get her in contact with people at Twitch or other people higher up that could help her here. And she tweeted out saying, thanks everybody. They have replied now, thankfully. Here's hoping something can be done. Now, our next story.
Now, obviously, so this story is a bit rough to hear because if for those who don't know Sweet Anita, she's actually a streamer that has Tourette syndrome, and that's why she has those motor tics. That's why she can't hold a gun. My recommendation, I'd hire if you can.
Me.
Yeah.
What?
Or somebody like Mike, who can be a bodyguard that can hold a gun, per se, and protect you, if that makes any sense. That might be the right path to go.
Dude, yeah. I'm cheap as fuck. You know how I am.
Well, yeah, but you also don't live in the UK.
That is fair.
So.
Hang on. She has animals, right?
Yeah.
What type of animals?
Probably cats and whatnot.
Yeah, not dogs. I don't think she has any. Like, even if she did have dogs, I don't see her having the kind of dog that's like a husky.
Not to mention, she doesn't believe animals should specifically be for protection.
Yeah. So,
she should, however, try to apply to get a service dog, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, not just that. Like, if not a service dog, maybe a person like that can help protect her, like a bodyguard of some sort. That's my recommendation in this case. Because I'd hate to see her die because of this fucking asshole. But by the way, this dude's fucking insane. Like she's had her address at least doxed 2 different times by this guy.
He's a simp.
Yeah. Well, it goes past simp at this point, and it's just flat out.
It's just a creepy fuck. That's what he is.
Yeah, it's a creepy stalker. Creepy ass stalker. That's what this is. This is the territory we're at now. But yeah, that's my recommendation. She
does need to know it's not her fault. This shit does happen a lot, especially to women that men do find very attractive.
Yeah.
This shit does happen, especially to lonely ass fuckers like this prick on here. And I'll say it because
I'm a lonely ass fucker. You don't see me in the fucking bushes stalking some fucking girl.
Not yet.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're not Nick Switchblade.
Well, Nick Switchblade hasn't done that.
But for $100 a month, you can hire Nick Switchblade to stalk your friends. Don't. I won't do it. I literally won't do it. Because that requires too much effort and time, and I have better things to do in my life.
Honestly, though, she's such a fucking sweetheart. I don't want to see her dead because of fucking... How the hell does nobody do anything in the law enforcement side?
Because it's in the UK, and when has the UK been credited for anything?
They have the highest dentistry per capita. They're well known for the largest amount of processes of tea. They made Kuzan. That's it. That's all I can come up with.
They have the largest river for bathing for its people once a week.
Are we talking about the UK or are we talking about India now?
If you want, we can go either way.
Either way, it still works because India was once ruled by fucking England. So.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is simp? How do I destroy it? How do I defeat the simp?
Excuse me. Fuck.
He cut up his donger. Let me tell you how to defeat a simp without trying too hard.
Go.
You just ignore him.
She has. Oh well. In fairness, okay, she has done that.
I know.
It hasn't made a difference though.
Here's a second way to do it, and it's really simple. Do you have male friends or even girlfriends? If you have male friends, you go, hey, this asshole's stalking me and I know where he lives. Why don't we go to his house and beat the fuck out of him?
I think he's already gotten beat up already once.
That
hasn't perturbed him.
Listen. That's when you keep beating him up. Because eventually
it's gotta... There! Solves the problem.
I mean, I wasn't going to go to that level, because a good ass beating usually solves the problem.
Well, that hasn't. He's already gotten his ass kicked and he's still stalking her, so... Yeah, kill the fucker. There, problem solved. Maybe. I mean, I'm almost convinced he's trying to go in there to not do some very savory things. So...
This gentleman here be on some fuck shit.
Yeah, and I don't appreciate the fuck shit. Does anybody here all for the guy not approving of the guy's fuck shit? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the next topic, so that way we don't have to. Hey, Samurai Jack, Battle Through Time on August 8th, literally in a week, right? Around that time.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the date?
Actually, on Friday. This Friday coming out. Samurai Jack, Battle Through Time.
What was the date?
August 21st.
Friday the 21st?
First. Yeah.
Yeah, that's this Friday.
This Friday, coming up. Samurai Jack, Battle Through Time. Are we excited? I'm excited.
I haven't seen enough, honestly.
I like Samurai Jack, so I'm hyped.
I do too, but I know enough about. I hate to put it like this, but Cartoon Network era games that sometimes they're not the greatest thing ever.
I mean, when you think of Cartoon Network games, you think of like the old Flash games, and they were good when you were young. Yeah.
Well, forget about the Ed and Eddie game that they had on like PlayStation and Xbox, which was super fucking good because it's on a property that's very good to begin with.
Yeah, but how about we talk about how Fusion Fall fell through the fucking ground?
It happens. I mean, it was its first MMO. It was the first MMORPG that I remember playing as a kid, and it was something. It was the first massive online multiplayer that I ever got my hands on, and it was something at the time. But now looking at it, it's one of those, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it worked at the time, but nowadays...
Not really, yeah.
Not so much. No. But hey, I really hope it's successful.
I do too. I like it.
I didn't hear anything about this till Nikos brought it up. Like,
I
usually stays on top of gaming, but I didn't hear shit about this.
Basically, it's the whole story, but you play as Jack. There might be some new stuff that you could do.
Scotsman.
I feel like the story's gonna be the same as the show. But
look at you wearing your crazy little. Look at you wearing your pajamas. He's wearing his pajamas.
I swear, I feel like there's gonna be some scenes that will be cut, but I really hope it's not the vital scenes, like when Jack meets the Scotsman. And it gets roasted for 27 seconds straight.
You mean the greatest thing ever because he gets roasted for 27 seconds straight?
Yeah.
I mean, the things that I want them to keep in are just the big key moments that have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jack, honestly, the coolest mission I can tell you right now is going to be the blindfolded dodging the arrows to the tower.
The 3 blind archers.
That was the greatest thing ever.
I don't know, man. I really liked that. I really liked that light versus dark duel that he did with that other samurai. That was all wrapped in black cloth.
And he was wrapped in all white.
Yep, that was pretty sick.
For me, it's when Jack is evading the 3 best hunters in the entire galaxy.
So what you're saying is Scaramouche?
Scaramouche? Will you do the Fandango?
Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
Every frightening Galileo.
Galileo.
Galileo, Figaro, ready to go. Nobody loves me. I think I've had enough today of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, why did we get into a fucking song and dance with Queen?
Because Scaramouche.
Will you do the Fandango?
Well, I don't know. He's kind of buried.
Yeah, sadly.
Actually, no. He's in NXT. He's fine. He was buried.
Yeah, as long as he stays in NXT, he'll probably be fine.
Isn't that what everybody says, though, about every athlete that ever goes to NXT? As long as they stay in NXT, they're fine. So what you're saying is, if
how
not
bad is it that it's come down to that? I still think that's the saddest thing ever. We have to basically pray they don't go to the main roster to have a successful career.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at everybody from OVW.
Nick Dinsmore could have been fucking great. Nope, had to be Eugene. They had to ruin that character too. That was actually his creation, and they fucking made it into a stereotypical.
The only thing that ever... Can we at least agree on this, that the greatest part about Eugene was William Regal? Because fucking Regal's acting is so good. Because he is the most underrated wrestler of all time.
Yes.
And is the greatest wrestler of all time.
Yes. I watched some of the Nitro matches between Chris Benoit and William Regal recently.
They're super good.
Fucking fantastic.
Dude, they're two of the greatest Mac technicians of their time period.
Dude, it was so good.
Fucking period.
Yeah.
Like, I know everybody's going to say, well, Dean Malenko. It's like, yeah, Dean's great. But William Regal could tell a fucking story. He's the last, like, classically trained wrestler. He was trained in the old school style of how to do shit.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever had to do, like, a documentary on any wrestler, it'd be William Regal and how fucking good his career is.
Well, Combat Thompson and Bruce Pritchard already did that, so.
Oh, did they? I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it wasn't video, it was just an audio. They did a Something to Wrestle on William Regal.
I think that they should do a whole going over his entire career in video, showing his entire climb through the ranks.
True, yeah.
Yeah,
he's the greatest fucking mid-card athlete ever, if not the greatest athlete ever.
How did we get to that? We just go off topic all the time, don't we?
We're the Indy Force. That's our job.
Because we were talking about stuff, and then it translates into other things, and then we talk about that for a little bit.
Well, let's talk about the Berserker comic coming out.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about it, in honesty. Like, none of my fan circles that I'm in know too much about it besides what is kind of already out in the open.
Right.
But it's a comic being made by Keanu Reeves.
What's new with Keanu?
I'm sure whatever the comic book entails, it's going to be breathtaking.
Art style looks fantastic. I'm definitely interested in reading it.
Yeah. Could you say it's breathtaking?
I'm not going to say that because I think the art is very John Wick inspired, with how like the colorization and very cyberpunky with some of the directions that they went with it. But it's very good looking. Like, it has very good panels. And that's the important thing with a comic, is that you need to make sure that every single panel that you're paying for jumps out. And that's hard to do nowadays because we've seen so much crazy shit in the world of comics. But it looks very cool. I'm not a fan of the name because I'm like, that already kind of exists, and it's a manga called
I mean, you could tell that they were trying something new.
Better than
I
nothing.
mean, yeah, the name isn't that good, but just by looking at the concept art that the game has to, the comic, has to offer, it looks really interesting to...
It's Keanu taking about 25 years of a career in acting and taking all the story beats and shit that he's ever done and taking it, trying to turn it into a comic. And honestly, it's not a bad idea. I wish more people did it. I've always wanted to see what a Christian Bale comic would look like, personally. Of how fucking funny that could possibly look.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
That'd be great. Or specifically, like, you know, I just want to see, I'm glad that he's finally getting out there and going, fuck it, I have nothing to lose, you know? Well, I can go at a crazy business venture and see how it works. And I can't wait for the next 2 John Wick movies. Those honestly, they're going to be great. Because even
John Wick.
Yeah. The story is simple. It's not that complicated, and it doesn't take you 20 years to figure out what the fuck's going on. It's just John's one of the greatest assassins of all time in his world. Done. But John's old. How do we convey that he's old? Well, instead of showing that he's an old-ass man, instead we do something even smarter, which is, hey, why don't we just let him get beat the fuck up over the course of these movies to explain why he's all, like, how come he's slower, you know, than what he was the first time that they started doing shit. I'm like, that's a really smart way to do that, honestly. Hey, but Berserker is going to be very good. I think it's going to be a very good comic. The art style looks fantastic. The panels look great. I'm not too sure about what the characters are going to be like yet because I haven't heard too much about it. But I know it's going to be good.
It reminds me almost like Mad Max, but with a little bit of cyberpunk.
Definitely probably a little bit more Mad Maxy, but I get a very big John Wick vibe from it. And I think that's just from my own personal taste, that's what I'm getting from it.
Understood.
Does he like John Wick?
John Wick was very good. James, if you've never seen John Wick, you have to. It's very good.
I have seen John Wick. Anyway, as we were saying.
You know, we might as well just get into the next topic. Fuck it. I think we said...
Then we're on break, because when we come back, you know... Indy Force, Game of the Month! We'll be right back. We're finally going to do Game of the Month, because we actually are able to do Game of the Month this week.
Can I go? Yeah. Can I go last for this? Because I actually have a very specific answer in mind.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, we'll be...
John Wick into the Spider-Verse.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Mushtech once said, "Whenever you feel lost, go back to your roots. Often, lost love is found in the windy streets you left behind." Go back to your roots. Well, guess who's back? if you like the content that you saw today, make sure you check out For the Win Productions and subscribe to the affiliates of this conglomerate. A Simple Man Studios, Insanity Works Studios, Genele's Beauty Slam, J. Hebert Studios, Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated, Owen the Talkinator Studios, and of course, Weymouth Youth Wrestling. All in the J. Hebert Side 95 modules. Subscribe today.
Okay, so we're back on the Indy Force. So it's Game of the Month time. The only problem with this is I don't have a Game of the Month because this month has been me trying to get better. So I haven't played games or really done much of anything other than watch a bunch of YouTube and binge watch Orange pranks. It's pretty much all my life's become. So
pretty
yeah,
much life
that's the most depressing thing I think I've ever heard you say, James.
It's true though. Listen, I had to get my fill of Rockish in when I could, okay? And Book Wow. Anyway, I will relax and hear everybody else's pick for Game of the Month as I sit here on my lofty couch, golden couch. Go! Anybody? What's Game of the Month for you, Nikos? You first.
Wait, is it Ghost of Tsushima? Is it Ghost of Tsushima, you weep?
Oh, fuck. I forgot you warned me
It's
about
Game
this.
of the Year, come on. It's literally one of the best games I've played in a while.
Watch, we're gonna be wrong.
I love Japanese culture.
Watch, we're gonna be wrong, and it's gonna be fucking Animal Crossing.
Why would it be Animal Crossing?
Because Game Awards loves life simulations.
It's a game where you literally just pick weeds for fun.
Yes, and you build a community, and you know what it teaches you? That going outside is okay. Oh, and that debt is gonna happen. Tom Nook is a fucking gangstar.
And Tom Nook will fuck you up the ass.
Yeah.
Financially.
I heard you got bills. You mean
I feel like Animal Crossing is just, a peaceful version of Pokemon where they don't fight.
No, not at all. Yeah, not at all. Okay, here's how I can describe it. Imagine not hating all of your neighbors and being friends with every single one of them.
Sure, that totally exists.
No, that's what Animal Crossing is. Just being friendly to your neighbors.
I don't consider that a life simulation. I'm sorry.
For James, it's not a life simulation unless it's the Hatfields and the McCoys.
No, you can't tell me that it's a life simulator and then everybody gets along with their neighbors. Come on.
Okay, it's not a life simulator. It's more of a perfect life simulator where nothing really bad happens in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, except that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, and that's the whole idea of it, is that it's supposed to be the fantasy that you want to build, a community that you want to make, an island of your choice. A location that you get to build. That's the whole idea of Animal Crossing. But Nikos, how is Ghost of Tsushima fully, so that way the audience can hear about it, and I can stop fucking hearing about it for the next month.
God.
You won't
It's
stop
just
playing
a
it
very
for a month.
well-balanced, very intrinsic, and very detailed game. I mean, it's one of those games where it's just created for the sake of just being entertaining, unlike some games that suck the life and joy out of it because it just wants to be depressing. Where this game does not want to be depressing, but actually is factual to a story based on actual events that some would find engaging and impactful. And a game like Ghost of Tsushima, where you're actually being drawn into the story. You're learning a lot from the environment, the people, the culture, the traditions. And
Which reminds me, this game is fucking gorgeous.
It is
gorgeous. Beautiful. I won't deny that factor.
Oh, yeah. And to be honest, I would not be surprised if this game won Game of the Year. Like this game and Final Fantasy VII Remake, I feel like those games would be neck and neck.
They're neck and neck because of the fact that they're two different style games, but they have one thing in common, and that is each location looks like a fucking painting.
Oh, yeah.
Could you pass me that battery pack in there?
I gotta say that
Actually,
as far as aesthetically, those games are definitely winning awards multiple times over.
I think also Doom Eternal is going to be Doom Eternal, FF7, and Ghost of Tsushima are going to be neck and neck this year.
Oh yeah.
For very obvious ass reasons too.
Imagine if Last of Us 2 wins.
If it fucking wins, the Game Awards can suck my fucking balls.
But imagine this. 2020 is considered by far the worst year we've endured, correct?
Yes.
So wouldn't it be fitting that the worst year would be awarded the worst game of 2020?
I honestly think that game is probably the biggest mistake I think I've ever seen Naughty Dog ever make.
Oh, indeed.
And this is coming from a guy who's played the Crash Bandicoot franchise and had to deal with all that fucking shit.
I mean, at least it'll probably get nominations, but I don't know if it's going to win any major awards. Maybe awards for, like... Actually,
Most progressive
Most
progressive game in the world.
Yeah, if that category existed, probably. But music, I'm sorry, Ghosts handled that way better.
I'd have to disagree with you. I think the game that's going to win Music of the Year is going to be Doom Eternal.
Alright, I see your point.
I think it's either going to be Doom Eternal or Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes to music. Although I will not deny that FF7's music is fucking fantastic.
Of course it is. It's Nobuo Uematsu.
But here's the thing: isn't the Game of the Year awards usually come out in November or December?
November, I believe.
Yeah,
and Cyberpunk is going to be released like
September.
Oh, I thought it was released in November.
No, it's going to be released in September.
Oh. Can you imagine Valhalla beating Cyberpunk in sales?
I doubt it. Not gonna friggin' happen.
You're asking for a fucking miracle.
You're asking Ubisoft to beat out CD Projekt Red. That's not gonna happen.
It's just For Honor. That's all it is. And these gaming journalists, because of course gaming journalists, because they are a credible source in the current stigma of how things are going on in the world today. Gaming journalists. It's fucking For Honor. That's what it is. It's For Honor in the Viking Age only. Mm-hmm. That's boring. That's it. You took a game that is about multiple cultures and the different fighting styles that each culture represents in its own way, and going, yeah, let's not do that.
Pretty much,
Let's not do that. Let's do something even stupider. Yeah, I think that game is just terrible. Casey, I would say at this point it's your turn, good sir.
I'm actually going to go last because mine ties into a reveal that I think a lot of you guys will get a kick out of.
Oh my god, he finally bought another dog. And candy corn.
Nope. Even better.
You finally decided to get lemon plants. I'm so glad you decided to become Goro for Mortal Kombat for us.
Finally.
Anyway, Mike, your game of the month.
My game of the month is actually a game I wasn't expecting to enjoy as much as I have. Because I've heard, Tom Clancy nowadays isn't that important of a name anymore when it comes to the scale. But I've been playing Breakpoint almost like for the past month and a half now.
And you have been pulling off some bullshit.
I've been pulling off some fuck shit. James, if I can get the clips, there are some bullshit ass shots I'm making in this game. And I'm talking about I'm shooting through 2-inch slots into dudes' heads that are behind cover
From
with a fucking sniper
600
rifle.
meters away.
He has video evidence of this, James. This is a real thing.
This is scary.
This is Mike being too good at fucking sniping in video games.
Right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it. I love the mechanics of the game. I've already prestiged 3 of the classes in the game, and I've already maxed out the perk system. Yes, Casey, I've already maxed out the perk system.
That does not shock me at all.
I put about maybe 30 hours into the game, and I've been playing it every weekend I come down to Lillian's. And a little bit when I'm at your place, so I can just finish stuff up.
Yeah.
Have pretty much completed the main campaign already.
Yep.
Have really enjoyed it. I love the fact that the Punisher's in the game. As James goes, what the fuck do you mean the Punisher's in the game?
John Bernthal plays the lead villain.
Which is badass.
Yeah.
Because he fits so well as the character of Walker. And he does such a good job with it.
Yeah.
I love the mechanics. I love the fact that you have to find equipment. It isn't just shit that you automatically have at the start of the game.
Nope, weapons and equipment OSP.
Yep, and that's how it should be. Having to find your equipment, but mostly finding blueprints for guns so you can customize them and make them better. And yeah, just the general feel of the world is very nice. I like to be able to just go into an environment and just do what I have to do. As I have said to Casey, I think it's a better version of Metal Gear Solid 5.
I can agree with that.
It's a better Metal Gear Solid 5 because it actually has a story that I was interested in.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can absolutely agree with that.
It's very interesting. If I had to pick a second one, because I've been playing the shit out of it for also the past month, my second game of the month, I've been playing Street Fighter fucking 4. Ultra Street Fighter 4 nonstop for this whole month. Because...
I thought you were going to say Skullgirls.
No, I've been playing Skullgirls here and there when I get the chance to, because it's a very good game. It's a very competent fighter. No, but I'm playing Street Fighter like a motherfucker. Because I'm like, I don't really want to play Mortal Kombat right now. I've kind of been MK'd out for a couple weeks, and I don't want to keep getting back. I don't want to keep getting into it. I know somebody's gonna sit there and say, "Blasphemy! How do you get Mortal Kombat out?" You can only see so many fatalities and so many brutalities and X-rays. So you get to the point where you're like, I just want a good fighter that just feels good. And I'm not gonna say Mortal Kombat doesn't, but for me, Street Fighter's home. I've been playing Street Fighter my entire life, for fuck's sake. I've been playing competitively 13 years old.
Minus the competitive section, Street Fighter is to you what Mortal Kombat is to me.
Yes, I've been playing Street Fighter forever. God, I've been playing it in the arcade since I was about 6 years old. I've been playing Third Strike since I was 6. So, yeah, I've been playing Street Fighter for a long fucking time. It's some of my favorite memories, especially having the chance to play, against Justin Wong and Daigo Urihara in Infiltration. And yeah, I didn't beat those fucking guys every time that I fought them. I've had at least 2 very clear victories over Justin and Daigo. Very clean, perfect victories over Justin and Daigo, and I hold that as a candlelight at the top of my fucking mass. And Infiltration, him and I just go back and forth all the time as Akuma. Because I'll constantly be, you playing Akuma or I playing Akuma? But
you ever thought of going Akuma versus Akuma?
The reason why is because that matchup is too crazy, and sometimes the game cannot take it. It is literally a matchup that's just too much for the game to take. So either he plays as Akuma or I play as Akuma, and then we just kind of figure it out from there. Okay. Very sweet man, by the way. He's a very good human being. It's nice to finally have a Street Fighter player that isn't just, fuck you, I'm the best. It's like he just kind of sits there and goes,
you mean every FCG player, or almost every FCG player ever?
FGC, fighting game community. If you're going to trash on it, at least fucking say it correctly.
I did. I said FGC.
FCG.
You friggin' pleb.
I said
community game?
I can't speak. I don't know if you noticed it, but I stuttered on trying to talk about an episode of something today. I think I can be excused here. I'm kind of not able to speak.
But yeah,
you should be a mobile rapper.
Yeah, I can do it.
But yeah, I've been trying to get back.
All you gotta do is just talk normally.
All I have to do is just talk like 21 Savage.
No, just talk normally.
But yeah, I've been playing Street Fighter again to get back into the competitive scene because it's been a long ass time, as Casey knows.
Yes.
It's been a long fucking time since I've had my fight stick cleaned out and had enough practice to get back into the gear. Oh, it's shit. But yeah, it's been a good learning experience. It's taken me a while. I've been playing Omega mode mostly because of how fucking fun it is. Which James, you and I have to play one day because of how fun it is. Omega mode is way better than normal SF4.
I have not played Omega mode. Did I ever play Omega mode?
I remember I got it. I got it through the update, and we played a little bit of it, and then you went, we'll have to play it again, and then I moved out.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good game. Casey, your turn, good sir.
Well, my game of the month is actually another surprise happening. My game of the month, believe it or not, is Resident Evil 5. For one very, very important reason.
What's the biz, Chris?
Actually, not too far off the mark. I'm gonna screen share right now, and I want you guys to read this. And I want to read this to you guys. It says, after 11 years, it's finally happening.
Oh my gosh.
Proton John and DC Douglas are co-oping their way through Resident Evil 5 this Saturday.
I see.
In other words,
You're simply an act.
For 6.5 hours.
Are they going to complete it?
I do not know. They might.
They should. Go for the completion. Don't be a pussy. Get them walkthroughs up.
Get them.
I mean, it's an okay game. I mean, it was actually the first Resident Evil games me and my cousin played.
You could have picked the worst one. You could have picked the worst one to start.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're right. But you sad child. I can't believe you had to start with the one that kind of killed the franchise.
I mean, my cousin was all like, hey, let's get Resident Evil. And we were at GameStop, and the only one we could find was 5. And I'm like, really? That's the best you got?
Nikos, you and I should play through 4 together. You'd have a lot of fun with that.
You would have a bunch of fun with 4. Okay, I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That it. I think we did it. We did it. Yay.
If it is
oh, no.
Doesn't give a fuck.
No, it's not that I don't give a fuck. I didn't have a game of the week to pick.
You do have a game of the week. It's called Life. Life Simulator, the game.
It sucks.
Father, I have decided to play.
Well, actually, it's
Game of Life
right now.
That's not the game of life. That's the game of spite. Yes, Father.
We have a bit of a breaking news development.
Oh.
It's very sad. Second ever Ring of Honor World Champion.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. I literally just saw that.
Yeah, just passed away. Yeah. So there you go.
You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Or maybe you haven't because I don't know when this is going to get released.
No, it'll be released probably at some point Tuesday. But yeah, here it is. That's sad, dude.
How did you die?
I have no idea. It doesn't say. It doesn't actually say what happened. I have no idea. Let me see. Maybe somebody will say something. Second ever. So I'm trying to find it.
You could just look up on Wiki.
Here it is. PW Insider has it. Hold on. There is no words on the circumstances of his passing yet. It's just that his family confirmed it with his family. One of his family members confirmed his death. Wow, that's not fun. Jesus Christ, do we need more deaths in wrestling right now this year?
There's one important one that needs to go.
Yeah, there is.
And his initials are the equivalent of Voodoo Kin Mafia. I think that's one. I think that's one that we could both agree on. Out of all the people that die in wrestling, that's the one we're hoping for.
I don't know about that. I don't want him to actually die. I just want him to go away from the WWE.
I could take it or leave it.
I mean, to me, it's just like I don't wish death upon people. I just honestly.
Hey, I'm not wishing it. I'm just saying that's one that kind of needs to happen a little bit.
Yeah, only for WWE to get better, though.
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of selfish, and I don't like. I don't know. It's just very douchey. That's just me. But anyway, obviously, 10-belt salute to that guy. We'll do that real quick. So there you go with that. Do we want to end on a happier note? Let's
end on a happier note.
Screw it. I know I said I was going to put it in there anyway, but you know what? We'll just save it for the end. We'll just play it for everybody here, just to laugh. Where's the meme that I created? Meme. There it is. So for those who don't know, AEW bought a website domain from an old WWF Attitude stable. We are now going to play it all for you.
Oh man.
Well, I would love to play it for you, but we got a dog freaking the hell out.
Because my sister just walked in the door.
Okay.
Vic Borg.
All
Vic
right.
Bark.
Now here we go.
Bark Bickers.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh shit.
And on that
note, I'm gonna go fix my sound setting on my phone.
Wait, are you serious? Did it really glitch out that bad?
It literally went blank for a second and then just resumed working, and I got really concerned.
So James, you've heard it here. Your meme sucked so bad that Nikos' phone couldn't handle it.
Actually, what do you mean it sucked? It's fucking great.
If you're a wrestling fan, it's funny.
Yeah, well, we're wrestling fans, so it's funny. Dude, you don't see the fucking hilarity that Tony Khan bought right to censor to use for his AEW website?
Not really.
I do.
Listen, it's not as funny
I never
as...
heard of right to censor.
It was an old Alright, there we go then. Yeah, that was an old WWF Attitude Era staple.
And there you go, James. Your joke only works if somebody has watched the Attitude Era and has seen the worst fucking faction of all time.
Yes.
Okay, maybe one of the worst, because the worst is the Spirit Squad.
Yeah. Alright, well there we go. I think that's everything. We ended on a happy note, somewhat. So if you like this show, hit that like button. Leave a comment and live chat. Or on VOD down below.
Share on all social media. Do it.
Don't
do
listen
it.
to him.
Do it.
He needs your likes in order to enact the new God Xenu. Don't let him do it. I think I literally just now hate James. I think in that one sentence, I think I hate James.
What does that mean?
You don't know who Xenu is?
No.
It's from a cult called Scientology.
Oh.
It's their god.
That
Either.
thing.
I was gonna say the only Xeno I know of was from the Skateboard Kid 2.
Oh my god.
I now have xenophobia. And on that note, good night, everybody. Bye. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Our catchphrase. Fuck. We love it when a plan comes together. It really didn't come together tonight. But it was still fun regardless.
You fucking xenophobes.
Are you blogging, son?
Are you vlogging, son?
Are you podcasting, boy? Sponge boy me, Bob. It is him, Plankton. Scraps. Using scraps.